there? Is there a dog? Is he alone? Is he at the airport? Is he on a fucking bus? Is he on the plane? Is there a clicking noise? There's probably a clicking noise. Is this a clip show? I don't know if it's a clip show. It's a fucking show. Just listen, goddammit. Hey, what's happening, Mike Schmidt, 40-year-old boy podcast. Who let this IRA motherfucker in my bar? God damn it, that's awesome. So I'm sitting here, and I'm in a basement somewhere in Illinois, and I'm joined, as I am when I'm here. Whenever I come to the basement, I can't record alone in the basement because I would have to let myself in through a window well, and that's not happening because I know this guy's got guns. Several guns. As a matter of fact, we were just at the kitchen table, and there was a very realistic-looking gun on the table, and I picked it up. I go, this is a real-looking gun. He goes, could you not fucking point that at me, please? And I'm like, I just cocked the thing. Is that a problem? Yes, it is. Will you put it down, please? Don't point it. Well, is there stuff in here? Yes, there is. There's stuff in here. Will you put it down? Because I was just waving it around like I was fucking.
No, you weren't waving it around. The end of it was facing my face.
Well, certainly there's a business end for anything, and I was like,
and that's usually what you don't point at another person unless you're going to shoot them.
I don't own guns. I don't know the etiquette.
Yeah.
All I know is how to use them, man. I don't even know how to fucking use them. You point and shoot. That's all I got. Point and shoot.
You could have gave me a nice little cut.
Well, what was that thing? What was it?
It was an airsoft pistol.
Before we talk more about that, so I'm in a basement with our friend Dave Hernandez. Hi, Dave.
Hello.
So it's an airsoft pistol is what you're calling it.
Yes.
Well, I tell you what, that doesn't sound that bad. The pistol part sounds bad, but if I get hit in the face with soft air, I think I'm okay.
No, these things hurt a little bit. They're not like traditional. When we were little, we had BB guns or shot metal BBs.
Yes.
Well, the kids nowadays, they have their.
I hate the kids.
Yeah, the kids.
I can't lie to you. Because a lot of people say to me, the kids are all right. I do not agree.
Not.
The kids are absolutely not all right.
Sometimes they're not good.
No, I don't like the Offspring. I don't like the kids. Although the Offspring have informed me that the kids are not all right, from what I understand.
An airsoft is a little. Actually, you probably can see some on the floor around here because we're in the basement, and that's where Val shoots sometimes when it's too cold to go outside. They're little rubber, little plastic, little BBs.
You remember those guns when we were kids that would shoot discs?
Kinda.
You could buy them like from Jewel or whatever, because there were ones that shot those little rubber pellets. And
that's kind of what an airsoft is. It's a rubber little BB.
But do they come on a row like dots on it? You remember dot candy on the sheet when you eat the fucking candy off the paper?
Yeah, no, it's not like that.
So I remember when I was a kid, there would be that gun that had like rubber BBs, and they came on a grid, and you had to pop them off.
Those were like precursor to this. The guns now will shoot anywhere from 300 to 400 feet per second, which is a pretty high velocity for a gun.
Seems like it.
Yeah. But it's still just a little BB, so it's not as dangerous as shooting metal.
So when you say he comes down here shooting,
yeah.
First of all, the thing I love about that is just the phrase when Val comes down here shooting.
He kicks the door.
It's
down.
like he kicks in the door to the basement and just rampages down and just firing indiscriminately. Yeah. And he doesn't even. You know what? He doesn't even clear the corner, and that's why you're dead, Starling. So he just charges him with a gun. He doesn't even fucking look.
Yeah.
So I love the imagery of that. First of all,
it's more like Michael Corleone when he's practicing with Clemenza.
In the
basement. He just you look down there, you can see all his guns are laid out, and then he's got tin cans and like pop cans set up on
all of Val's
stool.
Guns.
Yeah, and it's I don't want to say they're harmless because you can shoot each other with them. Kids do that all the time. If like in the winter you got a lot of layers on, it won't break the fabric. But if you get one on the skin, it stings like a bitch.
Well, we did that we had BB gun fights when we were kids all the time. Now you say all of his guns are down here.
Pretty
that's
much.
Incorrect. I know for a fact that 2 are not down here.
His shotgun and his pistol are upstairs.
Well, there's one. I know there's one on the kitchen table that I was waving around earlier indiscriminately.
That's for Code Brown. Okay. We have Code Brown in the house.
All right, and I know that there's another one taped behind a toilet tank somewhere.
Yeah, that's just in case.
Yeah, because you never know what'll happen.
In case someone orders the veal.
It's one of those old time with the chain. It's perfect, Mikey. Fucking Vagoda gone. What a drag, huh?
Yeah. The last to go.
Is he the final one?
Of that, I think. Well, I mean, of the old guys in that movie, I believe he is. Alex Rocco died, so yeah.
Well, those guys were old then.
Yeah,
I mean, that's 72. You know what I mean? We're looking at fucking 40 years ago. Vagoda looked old, and then Vagoda just keeps aging, and then he's still sticking around. Then Conan starts using him for bits. What a weird life. When you think
he
about
lived so long, everybody thought he was dead.
Yeah, And that became the running joke, because he would walk out and he'd wave with that
Still
sad
alive,
look on his face and fucking drift off. You got to respect an old dude who understands that. You know what I mean? Just because most old dudes just climb into their pants and disappear for like the rest of their lives. All of a sudden, you just see him as just like a tuft of hair and a belt buckle. You got no fucking idea. But other old dudes, like that guy, just wandered out. And he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm still here. I'm Abe Vigoda. For old time's sake, I'm here."
So we have Code Brown now, which is Val and I. We have a code because a neighbor down the street has those motion camera in the backyard.
Okay.
It senses motion, and they have a camera. It's like, I don't know why they did this, but they caught on film like 3 coyotes jumping over the fence into their backyard. I mean, these are 6-foot high privacy fences.
Whoa.
They're climbing over the yard, and they have small dogs at this house.
Not anymore.
Well, I was going to say, so Val got his hackles up, so he pulls all his weapons, and I says, "Dude, we only need a couple." So,
Until the war starts.
So he laid out a few, and then he just said, "All right, we're going to go with the shotgun and the pistol." So when he's home and our dog has to go outside at night, I go out with the flashlight. I'm on point, and then he takes the weapon and he stands guard while Ro goes to the bathroom.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a big ordeal.
That's as close to like a suburban family's ever going to get to gang warfare. Really, when you think about it, that's the closest you and Val are ever going to get to assault on Precinct 13.
Oh, he was locked down. He was ready to roll. He had he had the camo paint on his face and stuff. It was weird.
Dude, you know what? He should have like a sleepover and then sleep in a tent in the yard and wait for the coyotes. Dude, that would be gorgeous. But he's got a crew, right? Doesn't he have like a crew of weird kids?
Oh God, yeah.
What's like? There's like some kid named Chocolate Milk. What the fuck? Who's that kid?
Oh, that was a kid he went to school with. He was in grade school with. He was on a field trip. He's not one of Val's boys, but
okay.
I did that thing where I christened him Chocolate.
That's what it was. You called that kid Chocolate Milk.
I believe he was from India, and I asked him what his name is, and it was like Chakatahara.
Right.
And he was a really good-natured kid. He was laughing the whole time, so I knew I could joke with him. I says, "I don't know what you just said, but I'm calling you Chocolate Milk."
And
his boys thought it was hysterical
for the rest of his life.
Yeah, but again, we're walking around Brookfield Zoo, and I'm calling this kid Chocolate Milk, and he thinks it's the funniest thing ever.
Until his parents hear about it. Excuse us. What the bloody Vindaloo is going on here?
Our child is named Chakhaladahara, not Chocolate Milk.
For a reason.
Yeah.
It's
a family name.
If we would have wanted to name our kid Chocolate Milk, we would have fucking named him Chocolate Milk.
You should have named him Chocolate Milk. It fits him better.
What if they? Well, but all right. Let me turn the tables on you here.
Yeah.
What if he was like, "Hi, my name is Val," and that dad is like the guy, and he's like, "Oh, your name is Val? Well, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm going to call you Valtrex, which is the medicine for herpes, because I think that's funny."
That's a big jump. Yeah, I know. I would. Yeah.
You go to work. You get some weapons of your own, right?
I don't go to school. I know that. The school is not involved in this transaction.
Or even worse, what if the guy went totally bad? Like he was just like, hey, okay, Beaner McTortilla head. You know what I mean? Then
well, if it goes that direction, then yeah, I could understand that.
Can you see yourself fighting somebody?
Can I see myself
like right now?
Somebody?
Like seriously, if some shit hit the fan, can you see yourself diving in and just working somebody over?
I don't imagine those things, but
no, you don't want to, and you never would.
No.
But in your mind, like, can you say, like, if some guy came in and
it depends on what
he stepped to you. Say a guy stepped to you and leaned into you a little bit, and he got his jaw like face to face with you, and basically called you out in front of kids or whatever. Would you?
No, not there. I would take care of it differently.
I see.
See, I mean, a couple of episodes. One of the first episodes we did together, I think you asked me if I'd ever been in a fight, and I said no, not really. I'm
right.
not but I never really got to elaborate. I've been close so many times, and in all those times, I win. The other person backs down and walks away, and I was like, "Whew, that was close. That's a close one."
Ooh.
That's like Eddie Murphy, right? If you look like you can fight,
Yeah.
But so I've been in that situation where I think it's going to happen, and then it doesn't, and it's fortunately been in my favor. The other guy just backs down or stutters or does something stupid where he breaks the stare, and then I save face, and I'm like, it's fine with me. But I've been to that point where I'm like, I guess this is going to happen.
You know who that's not going to happen with? Coyotes.
Coyotes,
they're not backing down, buddy.
Yeah,
I got to warn you. You got to go to the mat with the coyotes. They're not intimidated by you and your silent ways and your evil looks and your goatees.
Well, I think if a nice airsoft BB hits you in the hiney, you're going to hop back over that fence if you're a coyote.
I got news for you. If you ever use the word Heine again, I will call the coyotes myself. I will summon them.
You don't like coyote heinies?
I don't like Heine, period. That's not a word I care for.
Oh, man.
Go with ass.
You got issues.
No, I don't. Heine's a dumb word.
So is saying ass every other word. Dumb ass.
Well, you know what's funny? Because literally just this morning, I was listening as I was on my 2-hour fucking drive to talk to you. I was listening to ESPN.com, or no, the radio or whatever the fuck. And they have this Mike and Mike show in the morning. And they fucking, he said Tookus. Like,
yeah,
he's like, oh yeah, something about it. He's always Tookus and his Tookus isn't a ringer or whatever. I'm just like, say ass, you fucking
He's saying it in another language.
I don't fucking care. It just sounds stupid. That's
You
like
want
saying,
people to swear more. That's
well,
what you're saying.
I mean, you don't have to say puta and Tookus and fucking Heine and hindquarters. Hindquarters. I apologize. I'm on board with hindquarters. If you go ahead and
If you say it in
that
the right,
works.
in the right context, hindquarters is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
If you're like, whoa, check out the hindquarters.
Turn around so I can see your hindquarters.
I love watching you walk away just because of your hindquarters. Oh,
I'm a big fan of your haunches.
So I just say ass, dude. I mean, and again, ass is a dumb word. I mean, ass is just silly.
Ass might be one of my favorite enhancers for anything. You'd hyphen ass something and it's funny to me.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. If you said like ass globe, I mean, that's funny.
Sure, but I mean that's funny ass shit.
Oh, I see. what you mean.
I mean, like that's what I say.
Right.
That's a big ass coyote.
I like ass as a qualifier, like just like ass hat or ass. Yeah. Or ass full. Dude, you got an ass full of problems. I got an ass full. Dude, I gave
how
that,
big your ass is.
That dude was giving me some shit.
You got
so
a little ass, you got no problems.
I just gave him an ass full right there. No, I've got major hindquarters. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, you always have big ass problems.
That's how I do it. That's how I work. As we all figured out last time I talked to you. All right, so
why did you want to know if I was gonna ever fight somebody? If
I don't fucking know, dude. You know why? Because when I come here and I
you want to fight?
no, dude. That's the thing. I don't want to ever. I don't want to be mad or upset or angry about anything ever again. I just want to. I don't want my pulse to get above 80. I don't want to do.
Those are two different things, man.
Man, I don't want to do anything ever. You know, maybe that's it. I don't want to just not fight. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything at all.
As somebody who doesn't do anything, I'd say I haven't been in a fight in forever, so it's working for me.
It's good. So I don't know what it is. People just
They mess with you?
nobody messes with me. I don't fucking know, dude. It's just because I put myself in situations where people are going to mess with me. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in a car with strangers all the fucking time. That's the odds. You know, if you play the odds and you're going to see all these strangers, eventually you're going to find strangers who live up to the name. You know what I mean? They're fucking strange.
You've increased your odds by doing what you do. The odds of you running into trouble is pretty high.
Yeah, and that's not good. It's like, I mean, I think about it. In my life, every job I've had is other than comedian, but I turned into that.
You've done that at comedy shows.
Yeah, stupid. But I mean, you know, I worked as a fucking convenience store clerk, 2 different shifts.
That's
Now I'm basically a taxi driver, a late night taxi driver, and I was a bouncer. It's just
Well, bouncer, that's kind of in the job description.
That's what I'm saying. I spent my life as a target.
It's not like you went into that job going, I didn't realize that they hit all these people.
No, I totally. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I've done those things because that's what. Because again, I don't have any fucking education. I got none of that. I'm smart, but it doesn't matter. I don't have a piece of paper that proves that I'm smart, so I can't go and apply for anything where I have to go in there and go, hey, let me do this. You know, the worst time is when I tried to get a temp gig. The last time I was like, you know what, let me go alphabetize shit. You know, I'm not going to fight anybody until I get to the F's. That's the only time I'm going to run into fight, when I get into the F's, is I'm alphabetizing shit at the office. But then I went in and I was fucking hoodwinked because I walked in and they're like, hey man, do you know Excel spreadsheets? And I'm just like, I didn't even know they were in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what was happening. And then I took these tests and I was so awful at them. And again, if I learned those things, I could probably be good at them, but I don't know, man. I'm wondering, am I really a fucking meathead? I hope the fuck I'm not. I mean, I like to think I'm smart and I can do a bunch of shit, but then when it comes time to actually do that shit, it's like, nah, I'm going to go ahead and drive people and get punched. God damn it.
I don't think that's smart.
Which part?
All of that. I don't know.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying to you. I don't, because, you had a gig for the longest time and now you're home. And again, you don't have to talk to people. You don't have to see anybody.
I still do. It's not like I quit the profession. I just don't have to do it in a 9-to-5 setting anymore.
Right. But
I still have to talk to people.
Yeah, why?
But it's very odd. It's very rare that an art director will just start a fight with me for no reason. So I mean,
You know when that changes? If I'm the art director.
Yes.
Oh my God, forget about it. if I'm the artist, whatever the fuck. I don't fucking know, man. I can't explain it.
I can explain it. You don't have the skills to qualify for a job where you don't have to worry about fighting people.
Isn't that awful though? That's what I'm saying. I'm going to say this, and this is true, and it's going to sound dumb, and I don't mean it to sound this way, so don't fucking panic and call anybody. But this is true.
Right.
I'm coming to your house today, and there's a train. So as I'm pulling up to the thing, there's a train that goes by, and then clang, 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 and the fucking arms are down, right?
Yeah.
So oh fuck, I shouldn't even tell this story, but I'm gonna.
You got mad at the train.
No. So then as I was pulling up, that ended. The train disappeared.
Went by,
and then the gates went up. Ding, 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 ding. And as I'm pulling up, within 5 seconds, ding, 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 another train is coming.
Yeah.
Well, I am basically on the tracks. Okay. And then it starts clang, clang, clang. I'm not even there. Like my nose is near the tracks. And so I stop because I know you're
dumb. Yeah. No, so you go through.
Well, but they were coming. It looked like they were about to come down, but I didn't want to get caught. That's my point. So I backed up. I mean, I did good. I mean, I got,
right.
I was fine because let's put it this way. As I was driving up and approaching the tracks, I was about 10 feet from the tracks when the ding, 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 ding. And you're right. I should have gone through.
Well, if you were actually on the tracks, if your car, even the front end of yours was over one of the tracks.
No. Yeah, that was
you.
Not the
You
case.
weren't close enough. You had room. You had time to back up.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
But if the arm had come down, it would have been on the hood of my car. Does that make sense? That's how close I was.
All right.
So I backed up. You know, it was good. The guy behind me recognized it, and I backed up. And then I was waiting. And it was a Metro train.
Yeah,
and
those goes by a flash.
Yeah, it wasn't a long one. All right.
You were still in reverse when you.
No. My point is, there was a flash, just a brief second, where I wondered what it would be like to pull out and drive in front of the train. Now, I'm not saying I wanted to do that. I'm not saying that was my plan at all. But as it was coming, I thought to myself, I go, I could actually pull around this gate and just sit there. And then what could they do other than blast me?
Yeah, they would.
And then what would happen? Like,
you
where
would
I
be dead.
Well, or I'd be hurt pretty bad.
No, you'd be dead.
I don't know.
I've been on those trains when they've hit cars in that were on the tracks.
Wait a minute. Why are we burying the lead here? Tell me that story, Mr. fucking Angel of Death. I didn't know you were riding a death train.
I rode those trains for 20 some years. We hit some shit.
That's awesome.
There was a guy that an older elderly driver who mistakenly thought he was turning onto a street, but he was turning onto the tracks.
Whoa.
And a couple of people stopped him, obviously, and they all they had time to do was get him out of the car, and then we blasted the car, and it was a ball of flames that we saw out the window. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. The bad one is when you hit a person.
Did you? So you've hit a person?
Yeah.
All right. Well, when? Like how? Tell me.
Well, a passenger train's got a ton load of cars. I was never in the very front car, so I don't know what it's like to actually be in the front car when you hit something.
So you were driving the train when it hit somebody.
No, I wasn't.
That's what I'm getting from this story.
No, I didn't hijack a train because they pretty much have to go along the track. So what's the point of doing that?
This is the job I need: is train driver.
Train driver?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would be perfect for it because you have the excuse of it takes like 2 miles to stop a train.
Yeah.
And you would just hope somebody jumps out in front and say, oops, I couldn't stop.
Well, 2 things here. One, I never lose a fight if I'm driving a train. I don't think
No,
there's any
you
doubt
win
about that.
unless it's another train.
I clearly win every
or
fight
King
I'm in.
Kong.
And true. 2, though, I like the idea of using that excuse whenever anything bad goes for me now. Like whenever I'm in a fight or anything happens. Yeah. I'm sorry, man. It takes 2 miles to stop a train.
Man. I had the brakes down. Nothing I can do.
There's a fucking 2 mile rule. I mean, you come up and you step to me, you're a lot closer than 2 miles. It takes 2 miles to stop this fucking train, man.
If they had a camera in the driver's area of where the engineer sits, it'd be pretty sad to see somebody, because you're going to hit somebody. You got to imagine those engineers were flailing their arms or screaming, but you would just sit back with your arms fully going up and hit another one.
You know what? This is what happens.
Hey, get off the tracks.
Yeah, you cross me. This is what happens. You just fucking wind up a cloud of red and sadness, and that's it.
But it's pretty bad because nobody wants to be late for work, and then when you realize why the train stopped, and then you see the fire department putting like white sheets over a pile of gook, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I guess we hit somebody.
Several white sheets.
Yeah.
Well, have you ever seen anybody get hit by a train? Like, I'm going to well, first of
No,
all,
I've been on the train.
right. So,
I haven't-
so technically, you are a murderer.
Just I'm a murderer the way that, like, you know, I don't know, as a passenger in a car that kills somebody, a murderer?
So
No.
you're a murderer. All right. So we've established that you and this everybody on the everybody on the train, you killed people. So we know that about you now. And you've also destroyed cars. You're a vandal. You're a murderous vandal. Look what I thought you lived this calm life where you just sat in here and did nothing. Now I understand you got a fucking basement full of weapons and you're a murderous vandal.
See? But my blood pressure never got above 80. I got my shit wired tight, dude.
I don't. I don't. I mean, I wouldn't sit back and let it happen. I don't think. Well, I mean, you have to. There's nothing you can do.
Well, you're talking about the daydream or the fantasy of saying, what would happen if I drove in front of this train?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, people do it all the time.
Yeah.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, because I actually thought about it. Because I mean, it's just
Not in a suicidal way. I just thought, hey, this might be kind of cool.
Well, I just because I went, you know, what the fuck else could happen at this point? You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yours
it
is,
just,
yeah, I guess yours is.
you know what I mean? It was like I'm
You
I'm
might need
schlep
help.
rock. Yeah, and odds are the train would miss me at this fucking point. You know what I mean? I don't know.
No, the train would hit you and you'd live, and then you'd have to figure out.
I'd be like a
Yeah,
fucking quadriplegic or whatever
That would
the
be
fuck.
a quadriplegic, yes.
A quadriplegic.
Yeah.
Well, I tried to say just quad.
But then you threw in pelegic.
Yeah, like at the last minute, I broke it
I
up.
think you're missing some words in there.
I'm missing a re. Quadra. I missed a ra.
You ain't got no leg.
A rear, a female rear. Now we're talking about hindquarters.
Hindquarters.
Have you ever seen a person get hit by a train though?
Almost. It's pretty creepy, pretty scary. It was one of those deals where we lived up in Arlington Heights, and the trains up there are street level. Like a lot of crossings out here are above. You know, you can drive under them, but these were street level. And this teenager was on his bike, and the guardrails were down, and a commuter train went by really fast. No, it was a freight train went by kind of slowly, and he waited, and right as the last car goes by, he decides that, you know, why am I going to wait for the bars to go up? I'm just going to go around it. Not realizing that on the middle track was a commuter train going the opposite direction.
Yes.
At like 80 miles an hour. And he literally put his weight on the pedal to go. And out of the corner of his eye, he saw it and turned his wheel and just stopped. And this train must have missed him by like, 5 inches.
Dude.
It was the freakiest thing in the world.
He's got to tell that story forever, doesn't he? I mean, he's got to just dine out in that
I
story
don't
for the
know,
rest of
man.
his life. I mean, and I hope that guy like sees the day. And by the way, that guy now,
Yeah.
President Barack Obama, he realized, he's like, you know what? Fuck, I better seize the day here. I got to fucking
Almost
carpe
died.
diem the shit out of this
Hit
thing.
by a train. If that happens, Osama bin Laden's still alive.
Yeah, see?
See? It's a wonderful life.
Good for you, Train. So, and by and I don't mean the band Train. Good for you, Train.
Fuck train.
Yeah. What? You're not a fan? You know what? They pissed me off because their fucking song. This sounds so stupid. What was that song? You know.
I don't know.
That's not it.
What? Were they in the 20s? I didn't realize they'd been around that long.
Well, they have this line, and it says, "That heaven is overrated." Okay.
All right.
That heaven is overrated. Whatever. Well, the first time I ever heard it, and again, because I'm a fucking dope, I thought they were saying Van Halen is overrated. And I was so furious at this band.
Why
I'm
is
like,
Train taking on Van Halen?
I don't know who the fuck they are. I don't know why they're calling out Van Halen in their
Dicks.
fucking song. And by the way, let's talk about this for just a second.
Well, I have a Train thing that why I hate Train, and it's completely stupid.
The
but
band Train?
not even the band, more the singer.
Oh, okay. I think I know where you're going with this, but go ahead.
It's completely stupid. It makes no sense. But to this day, I don't like Train because of it. We went to a wedding, and what's his name? What's the guy's name? Patrick Monahan.
I think so. Yeah, Pat Monahan.
He was at the wedding reception. He was a distant cousin of the bride or the groom or whatever. I don't remember.
Okay.
But they hadn't broke yet. They had a song that was on the radio, and I don't know enough about their catalog, but he was starting to get a little bit famous,
Okay.
and he's about 5 feet tall.
Really?
Yeah, and he's, at the time, he looks a lot more rock starry now, but at the time he looked like a goof. He just looked like a goof.
Okay.
and he had a really ill-fitting suit, like he didn't have like nice clothes to wear to this wedding. He looked like a goof, and all these people are kind of like, hey, come on. They gave him the Johnny Fontaine treatment.
Oh, sure.
And I'm just like, who is this guy? This guy's a stroke, And it turns out they're trained, and then a couple months later, or probably a little less than that, they're all over MTV, and I'm like, that guy's a dork, I don't know. Is that enough reason to hate somebody?
Sure, of course it is. Fuck,
right.
I've hated people for less.
All right, good. I feel all right then.
Well, I thought, it's funny. I thought you were going to go the other way. There was a rumor that he was going to go out with Jimmy Page.
On a date?
And do Zeppelin stuff. No.
Does he have the range for that? I don't know. He's got a really good voice.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You need to download it because on Howard Stern was like pushing him for that and telling him he should do it. Because I think he did Since I've Been Loving You or something like that on Howard Stern.
Yeah.
But that's the whole deal. Is in concert he'll do like Zeppelin songs as encores and the place goes fucking bananas.
Yeah.
Because I think he's really good at it. But I don't know. But I mean, I remember reading that there was a possibility. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, he needs to fucking go back out with them and do this thing."
Well, there was actually Miles Kennedy rehearsed with them. I think he told that story on the Metal Show. I'm not sure. Like Miles Kennedy, is that his name?
I know the name, but I don't know.
He's
who
the guy
from.
that sings with Slash when he does.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He was in the Rockstar at the end. He had a little bit, a little part in that movie.
Right, Slash's Nuclear Ball or whatever the fuck that band is called.
Whenever he goes out, whenever he was doing the.
Is he in the
Guns N'
Snake Pit?
Roses.
Slash's Snake Pit.
He might have been.
Okay.
Miles Kennedy. Yeah. Very distinctive voice, but he said
Well, he's the dude who sang with them at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's yes.
Because Axl didn't show up. Right.
Yeah. That guy actually rehearsed with Zeppelin because that's when somebody threw that $80 million price tag out, and Plant didn't want to do it, and so I think they were thinking about going out. They should go out with is Ann Wilson, man.
Ooh, dude,
Ann Wilson is a beast.
She's ridiculous. And it's funny because Hart's going into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year, which is a fucking joke. I mean, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is just silly.
Yeah, it is silly.
But just because they have people vote on it and all this nonsense. I mean, Kiss is in there. I mean, let's
It's not so much that what bands go in there. It's just the thing that bothers me is the order that they go in there. Heart is not in there, but like Run DMC is in there, right? Or so, you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't equate those.
Do you have a problem with Run DMC?
No, I just think that there's got to be a priority to what you consider Rock and Roll Hall of Fame material.
Fine, but I don't know if you're aware of this, but they stood on many stages, held many mics, took airplane flights at huge heights.
Because they're tricky?
So all you sucker MCs, you must say please. Because they don't make no rhymes like these. That's Hall of Fame material right there, buddy.
I guess you're right.
Well, it's like this year, NWA gets in, all right? And that's because of this fan voting and all that stuff.
Sure.
And look, they rode the crest of the movie, obviously, getting in. Because let's face it, NWA has one album, maybe two.
Yeah.
However, if they're getting in as game changers who basically invented gangster rap and kicked off the East Coast, West Coast feud and all that kind of stuff, and really took rap to, they invented gangster rap. Essentially.
Okay.
I mean, guys like Too Short and stuff like that were doing it, but NWA hit fucking hard with it. And by the way, I haven't seen Straight Outta Compton yet, so don't yell at me. But like, because rap used to be just like the East Coast, and it was Curtis Blow rapping about basketball until all of a sudden Ice Cube gets a fucking shotgun in your face.
I rule the world.
I'd love all the girls. Fucking Curtis Blow. Dude, they're playing basketball. Fucking dude, Curtis Blow. But Hart, man, I was just talking to Pat about this the other day. Fucking Monahan, I was talking to him. We were having a discussion.
You were talking to the guy from Fish about, hey, my buddy can't stand you for no real good reason.
He hates you because you're a suit.
Because you look disheveled.
Yeah. So I was talking to Pat, and Hart is one of those bands where you just kind of take them for granted because they're just there. You're just like, yeah, it's how I felt about Boston. Like Boston, I don't give a fuck about Boston. I don't need to hear Boston ever again in my life. I'm full up of Boston. Yeah. All I want to hear about I want to hear Boston accents. That's all I want to hear. That's it. Who let this IRA motherfucker in my bar? By the way, I'm doing that because Mex has not seen The fucking Departed, and I keep telling him he has to see it. He has to see it. I don't know why he won't watch it. Oh, dude.
Nobody got time for that.
You say that, but we watch Black Rain 14 times a week.
Hey, if it comes on my TV while I'm sitting there, then I'll watch it.
Who let this IRA motherfucker in my bar? I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah.
How's your mother? She's on her way out. We all act accordingly. God damn it! Watch that movie. So,
You were talking to Pat about Heart.
dude, fucking Boston. It's like there's bands. Well,
I know. But the thing about Boston is that that's a thing that stayed there. Like Heart is still around. Heart.
True.
You can see them on VH1. Their concerts and things from recent years.
Well,
So, yeah.
it's funny you would say that because there are bands like Rush. I was just, again, like I said, I was at Pat's house, and he was playing "Time Stands Still" off of Distant Early Warning, I think. Well, Distant Early Warning's on the album too, whatever. And I'm listening. I go, dude, these songs hold up. And he goes, holy fuck. He goes, all of '90s Rush is amazing. He goes, I just bought it off for like $4.99 a disc at Amazon or wherever they had a deal. And he goes, I'm putting it all in and I'm listening to it like Roll the Bones and Presto. He goes, this stuff is all great. And I'm like, it is. But here's the thing, like, I don't ever need to hear Tom Sawyer again in my life. I don't. I'm tired of it. I'm done with it. It's over. I'm cashed out on it. But if you want to play me Entre Nous off of fucking Parallel, what was it? Fucking
Hemispheres?
Permanent Waves. Yeah, man. I then I'm in. Like that song is fucking gorgeous,
Yeah.
and all the stuff like on obviously 2112 and then fucking Twilight Zone. All those songs are great, but the songs that have been beaten to death by radio,
Yes.
I can't listen to.
You're
them
not a
anymore.
greatest hits guy for certain bands.
No, man. Well, just because I'm worn out on them. It's not that they're not great songs and I didn't enjoy them when I enjoyed them. And I don't feel that way about Red Barchetta. That song fucking destroys.
Yeah, but there's like you're talking about when you show a movie to Jill that she hasn't seen. My son's now 13 and he's he just heard Tom Sawyer a couple years ago for the first time.
Right.
So now he wants to hear that. That's Rush to him. And I was like you. I'm like, I don't want to hear this again. But then you hear it through the ears of a person that's
through
never
fresh
heard it
ears, yeah.
before. And you're like, God damn, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, because I remember in '81 I saw them on that tour. I saw them on the Moving Pictures tour.
I didn't see him then. I saw him later.
Yeah, and fucking Limelight is amazing.
Yeah.
But also on that album, dude, Camera Eye is the greatest. And also because I remember seeing them live, it's this whole, you have to hear the song to know what I'm fucking talking about, but it starts out with just this instrumental keyboard. Wow, 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 wow.
That sounds pretty much just like it.
Wow. Down, 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 doom, 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 doom. It's fucking great. So then when it kicks in, it's fucking genius. It's so good. And I remember seeing. So anyway, I saw them live, and they played that live,
Yeah.
and it's just 13 or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck, and like the lights are down, and that's only my second concert, like really,
Yeah.
and it's just fucking green. The whole place, the whole building's green. Wow,
Everything's
wow.
green. I hear
It's
music.
so great. That and because there's another song on there too called like the
Witch Hunt or-
Witch Hunt. There you go, dude. The fucking doom, 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 doom. Fucking yeah, ominous Witch Hunt. You're goddamn right.
The art of listening to an album is gone because of iTunes. It's like
It truly is. It truly is, and it's such a drag, man. I mean, and look, I love Toys in the Attic. Just that experience, fucking hearing it, makes me remember when I was a
album,
kid, and I would hear it over and
exactly.
over until. I'd also you miss the joy of skipping 10-inch record. You know what I mean? Like,
you don't like 10-inch record?
oh, fuck that song, dude. There's always on every album. There's one song you're just like, God damn it. And it reminds me of Alfred Molina in Boogie Nights when Alfred Molina is
he's
just like,
why they put him in that order?
I don't like listening to like that. I just want to fucking listen the way I want to listen to it. I don't like the way the band tries to tell you how to fucking listen to an album. It's like, well, that's the whole point, Alfred. You
Yeah.
in your fucking robe, and that's Cosmo, and he's Chinese, and I get it. But fucking dude, they put the album in that order so you could fucking listen to the album in that order.
The worst part is like my kids use my account. Like they're all under my account for iTunes.
Yeah.
So my daughter's she's classic for doing this. You know how like on iTunes you get that category goes complete your album.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you bought like 4 songs, they want you to buy the rest of the
Yes.
6 remaining tracks. Her list of incomplete albums is ridiculous because she only has 1 song off of every album.
Yeah.
I have Meghan Trainor's album on my list, but she's only bought 1 song out of the whole thing. Yeah, I was like, buy an album. How do you know? You're not gonna like track 8 on this that no one else is liking.
Because they
It's
don't
not
care.
on the radio,
No.
yeah.
It's all instant gratification. It's all I want to hear this now, and why, radio tells me what's good. Why should I fool it and try to discover anything?
I don't know
really?
if it's a girl guy thing because my boy is the other complete opposite. I mean, he goes into deep tracks. He likes listening to weird stuff, you know. So, but my daughter is all about what's on the radio.
Yeah.
That could just be the age, you know. You got 17-year-old kid that just want to play the radio songs.
Well, they don't have any time for because again, what's she going to do? She's going to put on headphones and listen to moving pictures. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
what I did when I was 13, 14 years old. Yeah.
But also, when you think about fucking Justin Bieber's newest album, I mean, you know, and look, I am not saying bad things about it because honestly, I hear it in the car because I have to fucking, you know, I'm driving people around. I usually keep the hit station on or the fucking EDM station on, but they're great songs. They're great pop songs. That song "Sorry" is a fucking great song. And then what do you mean? They're great songs.
They suck.
Nah, bullshit, dude. They're great hooky pop songs. They're not Beatles pop songs, but they're the new. That's what it is. That's the new paradigm now. Is that fucking?
I don't mind, like you said before, a good song is a good song. What I can't stand is the way that things sound now. It's got nothing to do with the quality of the music as it's written in terms of chords and melody. That he could write a very good song, but when it goes to that,
he's not writing a fucking thing.
Whatever. When it goes to the machine of the same sounding drums and the same overcompressed everything and, you know, the auto tune and you're just like, dude, this is just garbage.
Well,
man.
it's all donuts at that point.
Yeah,
it's literally
it all
just
sounds the same.
Same shit coming out on a goddamn assembly line.
All the drums sound the same. All the guitars sound the same. All the keyboards sound the same. It's just blah.
When I talked about listening to country because Jill had got me into that newer country type music.
I hate that stuff too.
Well, but what's again, like I said, I did it for a while because it reminded me of her. But then I completely fell out of it. I'm like, I can't listen to this shit because it's just the same. It's the same.
Yeah, it's all the same.
And the funny thing is, she doesn't listen to it either. She told me, she goes, I don't like any of this new country stuff. I can't. So she'll listen to the old stuff, like from the 90s when she first started getting into it, because she's like, Brad Paisley's her guy, and that's her thing. But then she'll listen to like fucking, I don't even know, like Alan Jackson and those dudes from the 90s, and she likes that music. And she'll even say, like, this is country music. This new stuff is not country music. And I'm like, no, because it's just Journey with a fucking lot of chewing tobacco in its mouth.
The only time I liked country music was in the mid 80s because I was working at a high school on the grounds crew during the summer.
Yeah.
And nothing but rednecks worked there. And my first day of work, I show up and I'm just like, they got US 99 cranked in the garage. And I'm just like, oh, Jesus, I got to spend all summer listening to this bullshit all day. And by the third week, I'm like, here comes my jam, man. We were swinging. I'm like, what the hell? This is a good song.
It'll grab you. And that's the thing. It's like, because I remember the first time that ever happened to me, because I was always just this, I don't like country. I don't like fucking Willie Nelson. I don't like any of this fucking Hanks W.J. I don't, I mean, all my rowdy friends and shit like that didn't really count to me, when I heard it. But fucking the first time I ever went, whoa, and I actually liked a song that was probably like just straight fucking country. But guitars, Cadillacs, and hillbilly music, fucking Dwight Yoakam, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is this?
Okay.
I dug it, and I was like, man, I love it. And then I saw him, and he's just, he's in those fucking skinny jeans with that hat pulled down over his eyes. I'm like, I love this dude. Who is he? And so I was on board with that. But like and I mean, look, fucking Friends in Low Places is a great song if you're just fucking yelling at a bonfire, and I get that.
I'm never gonna go there. If you see me say no, just throw me in the fire.
And the thunder rolls, like that. That's not my deal at all. But yeah, I there's a guy actually who did a fucking YouTube video. I might have talked about it on here, and he took like 7 songs that were on the charts last year, country songs, and he played them over one another.
Yeah.
And you see that they're the exact same song, the exact same fucking song. And even dudes like, there's this guy named Eric Church, and I've talked about it on here. There was a song that he had that was, I don't know, it was Beer Me or something like that. And I was like, but it was like, but it was sonically interesting the way it fucking progressed and the way the song was. But dude, I just heard a new song by him called like, I Love Your Love the Most or whatever the fuck. But he's like, the whole song, dude, he's like, I love the taste of Red Man, and I love a can of beer, and I love the Confederate flag, and I love when my family's near. Shut the fuck up. How dare you? How dare you write that fucking song? And and even worse is the person out there is just going, oh, this is my jam.
This is my jam.
That's your fucking jam? Tobacco and beer, it's the same shit. I like ribs in the yard with my family and friends, and I like Jesus when the Sunday ends. Fuck off.
And
God damn it.
Black people.
I don't care for anyone not like me. But I'll tell you what I like. I like country. Shut the fuck up. Drive off a cliff. Go pick up Susan Sarandon, hold hands, and plunge into the fucking Grand Canyon. No one cares. And because again, I had more faith in that Eric Church dude because he was like the guy. I thought he was. They're like he's the breakout. Like the.
We want to sell records, man.
Well, he had that Bruce Springsteen song, which was when I heard that, everybody's like, "That's the new like breakout country type," and I heard it. I'm like, that's not for me.
Isn't.
But then he had another song too, and he's like, because again, I heard that Beer Me song, and I'm like, oh, this guy is different. Because it's got kind of some rap in it too, like because that fucking Luke Bryan idiot does that too. Where Luke Bryan's, he's just like swanging or whatever the fuck he's got going on, and they're all.
Is that guy that I did that song for?
Well, no, you didn't do that song for him. You did it for me and my lovely girlfriend, because that's our song.
Oh, that's your song.
That's her ringtone on my phone. Because that was the song because again, I kept making fun of it in the car, and then all of a sudden I'm like, God damn, I actually like this song, and it made me think of her every time I heard it.
I couldn't play that song if you paid me right now. I forgot it. It went in and it went out.
AM, FM, XM2. I bet I could go get a guitar. Let's bust it out.
No, I'm not bringing no guitars down here no more.
Why not?
Because you busted my other one.
Dude, that's a lie. That's such a lie. I think your kid shot it.
I
had nothing to do with it. Yeah, that's right. Take that. He's down here firing bullets, and I'm the one who got to take the fucking blame. I don't think so. So this all started with Heart. So here's the deal. Like Heart to me, again, they're just one of those bands that's just they're just there. They're just always there. But dude, their songs are fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
like if you listen now, like Magic Man is a miracle if you listen to it, because just the fucking sound on it and stuff. I sit there and I listen, because again, it's a song you've heard a million times. But if you just that the cold gray nights so long ago when I was out so strong, that little fucking the chimes or whatever the fuck it is, and it's just got this ethereal quality to it where it doesn't, because again, then you go Barracuda, which is just a straight fucking punch you in the face rock song. But Magic Man just sounds like I'm endlessly fascinated because I can't do what you do, I can't do what musicians do, but just for them to be in the studio and just go, hey, what if we put chimes in here for this part, and what if we laid a bed of keys underneath this, but this happened, and it's just such a game changer to have that kind of music played. It's so fucking crazy.
And it's amazing what you as when you're recording, you're like, oh, this might be good. That decision goes on to affect a gazillion people.
Yes.
You know that sound from that song, and it might take you to a place. Like, for me, Heart reminds me of a specific time when I was a kid. That's all based on, like, spur-of-the-moment decisions in the studio. Let's use this guitar. Let's use this setting. Let's put wind chimes on it, or maybe we slow this down. And then you create something that you had no idea you created, and it becomes somebody else's thing. It's like, oh, I love this song. Well, why do you love it? I love the way this sounds. That decision was made by somebody probably just spur of the moment,
It's so weird to think of genius on different levels, because, I mean, Heart is... Those are genius compositions that they've done. I mean, they might not be fucking Beethoven or whatever the fuck, or this blizzard of notes, or it might not be Yngwie Malmsteen or whoever the fuck you want to pick up. But every musician who creates, they have a level of genius about them, and you can't argue. I would say that Prince is Thomas Edison. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
When you think about it, because I mean, what Prince has done and the things that he's created are just as lasting and just as important to our life, really. I mean, not important maybe, but just as lasting as Thomas Edison's inventions. Does that make sense?
I guess. But that's somebody that you really love music,
True.
I mean, not everybody loves music that much.
But if you love sports, like Michael Jordan is Thomas Edison. Michael Jordan is...
Yeah, but whether Michael Jordan, whatever he does, how does that affect your life in real life? In reality, it doesn't really.
Well, I mean, Thomas Edison also stole a bunch of fucking patents, so he didn't do anything.
How many things do you use during the day that Michael Jordan invented? I mean, sometimes I'll dunk, garbage.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
There you go.
So I could see how it influences real life. But,
Well,
I mean...
Honestly, I don't put clothes in the washer unless I do it from 18 feet in a turnaround fashion.
I get you. I see.
And every time, let's put it this way, every time I go to throw something in the garbage, I have to smack Brian Russell's hand away from me.
And your tongue is out.
Exactly.
See?
I don't know. To me, there's such levels of genius. Like I said, I hear Magic Man and I'm like, Jesus, I heard a song yesterday. And again, if there's songs, because you just take them for granted.
Yeah, you take them for
music is
granted.
always background. Music is always this, and then you hear it and you just go, "Holy Jesus!" You know what song I heard yesterday? And I just went, because normally you wouldn't even think on any level that this was something where you'd go, "Holy God, this is the greatest," or "This is the best," or "This is amazing," or whatever. It's just a song that just kind of happened, and dude,
Octopus's Garden by the Beatles.
no, but very close.
All right.
Rapture by Blondie.
Okay.
Bullshit.
All right.
Listen to it, dude.
Yeah.
Because you know why? Because I'm listening to it. And it's got that. It's just that because it's got that little dung 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 dung, which goes throughout.
All right.
Okay. And that's all that's doing is holding it down, man. All that's doing is just that's keeping you on Earth. That right there is it's grounded in that dung 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 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. That's all. That's just there. Okay. So that's literally just that's the heartbeat of that song.
All right.
But then they come in and they put on the gorgeous fucking teddy like set and the bells. The fucking bells. Dude, the fucking bells. That's because it's like there's like there's no doubt doom 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 doom. That's the meat and potatoes. But if you want fucking gravy and vegetables and fucking dessert and wine,
yeah,
that's the bong, 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 bong. Those are bells, dude. That's fucking gorgeous. And then for her to sing in time with the bells, because she does that thing where she comes in and she kind of vamps all over it, which is one thing. But then she's like, na, 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 the comatose. And I'm like, oh my God. I don't know what led me to listen to it, but I heard it in a completely different way yesterday. Yeah. Because once it started, I went in my head. I go, "That's Rapture by Blondie." You know how you just do that where you hear a song and you're like, and then sometimes I'll immediately just reach for the fucking thing and I'll turn it.
Yeah, you never bother to listen again. Yeah.
But yesterday I heard Rapture again for the first time, and I was like, "Holy Jesus!" That just because those are bells, dude. It's not even like chimes or keyboards or anything, and it might have been generated by keyboards, but it just sounds like old school, because it's like dong, bow, 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 gong, gong. She hits the bell, and then she's like, dude, it's genius. And then she throws in the fucking rap in which she's not a rapper, but still she borrowed from that culture, and then the fucking flourishes with like the kind of the fake horns. Oh my God, dude.
You like Rapture a lot.
You know what? Yeah, fuck yeah. And I'm not gonna fucking back down from it either. I think it's genius.
I'm not gonna argue with you. But it's like mid '60s Brian Wilson. You're like I'm not a Beach Boys fan. I don't really care for surf music like that.
Yeah.
But then when you listen to Good Vibrations and stuff from Pet Sounds, you're like, whoa.
Yes.
You don't think about it, but the stuff you're hearing in your headphones, you're just like, is that a French horn? You're like, what the hell? This is bizarre.
Well, you know what's funny is you hear Good Vibrations in your head right now, and you're thinking of the I'm thinking of good and the theremin. Ooh, but dude, that opening.
Yeah.
That opening. The kind of clothes you wear. And you're like, oh my God. It's ridiculous how good it is.
Yep.
So also the fucking penny whistle in Sloop John B. Mm-hmm. Bing, ding, 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 woo. And then just the get on the sloop, John B.
Is that Tom Jones's version you're talking about?
Could be, which is fucking amazing. But dude, I just again because that's a really good example because the Beach Boys are fucking horrible.
I can't.
I want them to show up here so I could fight them all like an old boy. Like I just want to grab an axe and run down the hallway, killing every Beach Boy in my fucking way. But still,
starting with Mike Love.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Well, he doesn't even fucking count in my opinion. That guy's got to get. I'll kill him twice. Literally, I'll kill him once, and then they'll run him to the back of the line so I get to kill him a second fucking time.
I think you should kill him and then use his body to kill the other Beach Boys.
If I'm ever on a Snowpiercer train, I want there to be one car full of Beach Boys so I can fight my way fucking through it and just leave them in a pile of goddamn khaki wearing, fucking loud shirt wearing piles of blood.
The bad guys know us and they leave us alone.
There's a world where I can go and tell my secrets to in my room. In my room. In my room.
get this IRA motherfucker in my bar.
We start the show over?
I'm sorry, I
Said
can't.
that
I
shit at
must.
the beginning. I want to keep killing Beach Boys.
Oh, dude. I would spend eternity killing Mike Love. Like, you know how they say you go to hell and your certain hell is like certain things?
Yeah.
Like you'd have to watch the fucking Honeymooners over and over or something. Just because that would be hell, dude.
You don't like the Honeymooners?
Here's the deal. I recognize the genius of an Art Carney. I recognize that I put
He
an
is a
extra
genius.
I recognize I put an extra letter in genius. And look, Jackie Gleason is a fucking monster. Okay, I mean, there's no doubt he was for what he did. He was comedy, and he was that dude. And if you ever watch those old, the Miami shows and shit like that, that dude was just. Again, there's something that's like Curly. I mean, you ever hear about Curly from the Three Stooges? He was a guy who he'd be driving down the street with like 4 girls in his car eating a steak. You know what I mean? You're like, because there's just that thing about fat dudes who are comics. You're just like, that's why I'm such a failure. Like I'm constantly telling you stories about how terrible I am.
Yeah.
I should be one of those fat dudes who's just making it happen. And there's shit like I should just go out and
You
have
need a
4
steak.
Yeah, like 4 years of a blaze of glory, and then just a photo of me dead with a rosary in my hand. That's what you should have, just like Farley. Just let that fucking happen. You know what I mean? There's fucking they guys like Curly or Belushi and all those dudes. They have this. Oh, their appetites are these big fat dudes. Because Curly was
bigger
like,
than life.
He was just running through trim like a fucking monster, and he's driving around eating a pork chop, staring at people and going, and shooting them with his derby.
You should be like Fatty Arbuckle and have some kind of controversy.
Yeah,
around
dude,
it.
that's it. I gotta just jam a fucking 2-liter bottle up someone's twat. Now I'm fucking in. There you go.
I don't think they were 2 liters back then.
I go better. I go bigger than Arbuckle. I gotta get fucking talked about.
They don't make
goddammit.
2-liter glass bottles.
Dude, if I shove a fucking just a glass bottle in a chick's pussy and then it smashes or whatever the fuck, they're gonna be like, fucking Fatty Arbuckle did it first. You know what I mean?
You gotta shove something else.
Fuck yeah, I gotta go 2-liter bottle.
Do you go different container or different orifice?
Whoa, glass bottle in the ass? Well, no, because that's on the internet. There's like a guy who did that.
That's been done.
It's truly
all
has.
been done.
I heard about it. That's one of those things again. It's like 2 girls, 1 cup. Like I've never fucking seen it. I know what it is, but I don't have
need
any
to,
interest in watching it. Don't need to because I know what it is. But I've seen enough of that shit happening anyway on other stuff.
Well, yeah, but you become the famous guy that does it. That's a whole new thing.
You know, by the way, it's funny you would mention this. We all know about my brother Glenn and his big bag of porn and all the stuff I've told you about in the past. So my brother Glenn, the other day on Facebook, he puts out this note and he's like, hey,
Oh, I saw that.
the time has finally come for me to go ahead and
Start being me.
yeah, well, yeah. So he's like, I'm going to create like a Glenn webpage, and that's for everything that's nice and flowers and soup.
Yeah.
And he goes, and then I got another one where it's just going to be me being me, and if you guys are still here, that's great. It means that you can opt out now.
Yeah, he warned you.
Because I'm going to be doing stuff that you might not care for, so you might want to go over to the Glenn page. But if you want to stick with this page, I'm going to do a bunch of crazy shit. And
what was the first thing that you saw?
well, the first thing that he put up, and it was funny because I was telling Jill this story because Jill, I should tell you this about Jill. Jill, Jill listened to the show forever and all that stuff, and she has no recollection of my past. Like when I'll go, well, I talked about that on the show, and she's just like, I don't remember that at all. I'm like, what are you talking? How do you not? I go, the big bag of porn. She's like, I don't know what that is. So last night in the car when we're driving, I'm literally telling her this story. And I'm telling her about the big bag of porn
From
and stuff.
what, year 1 or year 2?
Yeah, and she's just got this like death mask face where she's just staring at me like
Ladies,
a Moominchaunt.
world record.
And again, I love the video that I put in, and it's just like a woman frolicking through the forest, and then there's just a dog, and he's like romping, and I'm like, oh, look at those two, they're friends. So my brother Glenn, I have talked about it. Yeah, by year 1. Because Glenn used to carry this like doctor bag with him, and it was like, and you would open it up, and it was like we called it the big bag of porn. Now here's the thing, if you've got a bag of porn, perhaps you have some Playboy magazines and maybe a Hustler, tee-hee, and that's like
You mean me personally?
anybody.
Oh, all right.
Not you.
Yeah, I don't.
But I'm saying anybody else with like a big bag of porn, they would look like, oh yeah, I got a whole bunch of Playboys and maybe a porno. Well, Glenn had rope in his big bag of porn. And I'm telling Jill that, and she's just looking at me like, well, this is fucking crazy. And I wonder if she ever like even listens or cares or thinks about what I fucking said.
Because, you've been talking about the way that she hasn't seen movies and she doesn't know who Yoda is and all this stuff. She might have like a memory problem. Like she
just
saw all this stuff and then just forgets it.
Are you saying I'm dating Memento?
Could be.
It could be. You know what? She keeps writing my name in lipstick on her thigh, so maybe that's why, so she can remember who I am in the morning.
Yeah, she might have known who Yoda was at one point.
Could be. She just forgot it.
She knew what Big Bag of Porn is.
So the big bag of porn is that. So then, and then of course he had like movies in there, like, and so we talked about Anal Ladies World Record, and we talked about the dog one, and there was the one where I just threw it in because I'm telling Jill the story. I go, so I was gonna jerk off, and I reach into the big bag of porn, I throw a movie in, and it looks like a normal porno, and then all of a sudden it cuts off, and there's a party. And it's just a party in a kitchen, and they're panning through, and there's like people drinking and laughing and joking. Yeah. People are just having it it's like a typical house party, and they pan over, and there's my brother Glenn at a kitchen table getting blown.
So he used an old tape to you did with the Cresta Blanca fart.
Yeah, but he's at a party. Like that's what I mean. Is everybody else is just kind of like enjoying canapes.
I've never been at one of those parties.
Well, I tell you what, I didn't need to see, because literally I saw it, and I even pantomimed for Jill. I just went, and then I put that away, and then I took the video out because, sorry, I am not running off a batch to my brother getting blown in public. It's just not happening.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, so Glenn has decided he's going to be that dude on Facebook now. He's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm the guy who gets blown at a party. Granted, I've got another page with my 4 lovely children, and he's a great father.
Yeah, he's Glenn on one page, and
so again, Jill has not listened, because I told her, I go, Glenn has that tattoo, and I go, she's, what are you talking about? I see he's got a tattoo of a nun with a ball gag in her mouth on his forearm, and she just looks at me like, what?
Does he still have it?
Yeah, he does. He's got all that shit. He's got, and the other forearm is all on one. It's a naked woman from the back standing. It's like her whole full body shot.
I'm just saying, a lot of people get those removed when.
No, he wants more, I'm sure.
I'm just saying, at some point, your kid's got to look over and go, "What's that on your arm, Daddy?"
You know what? I'm sure he told them.
Yeah,
he's that guy. He's very matter of fact.
Good.
But it's literally a nun with a ball gag in her mouth. It's from the, it's a headshot. It's not her whole body. It's like her just from the head up with the nun's habit on and a ball gag. So and then he's got eat me on the inside of his lip. You know what I mean? I told all those stories. So I said that to her, and she looks at me, she goes, what is that for? And I go to her, and she goes, why would you do that? And I go, what? And she goes, the thing on her lip. And I go, I don't know. I said, you got tattoos? You like them? And she's just like, that's honey. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So Glenn announces on Facebook that he's just going to, you know what? Fuck it. He's going to be himself now. He's going to have another page where it's all friendliness and ice cream. Yeah. And then the other one, it's going to be, friendliness and ice cream, but in a much different fashion.
Vagina mask?
Well, that was the first thing I saw.
All right.
It was a latex mask with a vagina for a mouth. So then I tell Jill that, and she's looking at me, she's like, why? What? Why? I said, well, there's a fetish for where people wear latex. They have a rubber fetish or a latex fetish, and there's people who will wear latex from head to toe, but with strategic openings. I said, but this is like a latex mask, but the mouth was like a vagina. And I mean, she's looking at me like I'm trying to explain the theory of relativity. And I'm just like, well,
I think she probably went, there's somebody weirder than you?
Well, I will say stuff to her.
In your family?
Yeah, dude, that's the thing. As I'll start describing stuff that I've seen, and she'll be like, where would you even see something like that? I'm like, on the internet. Honey, I have the internet.
Yeah.
She's like, that just sounds, I don't know. I mean, and I'm just waiting for her to just, do the final. I can't imagine what the final thing is going to be that makes her just go, you know what, fuck, I'm finished. you got a brother with a fucking big bag of porn and a nun tattoo, and what the fuck, man. So Glenn, like, literally, he was like, that's it. I'm going away, and I'm doing this fucking.
Yeah, I'm gonna be me on this one page. Yeah.
He's gonna be himself, and good for him. That's fine. How do we wind up talking about what the fuck? How do we spin off into that?
Out of Big Bag of Porn?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was killing Beach Boys, and then next thing you know, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Oh, I was saying that's your hell.
Oh, your hell is. Oh, if for murdering Mike Love, you got to go to a certain hell, you start talking about the honeymooners.
Yeah.
That would be a hell for somebody.
And the big bag of porn from the honeymooners.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we were talking about Curly.
Then we went to Fatty Arbuckle and
holy Jesus,
2-liter bottles in your butt.
What is wrong with us?
I don't know.
But yeah, so that's I want to be that guy. That's the kind of comic I want to be.
You want your behind the music story to have a kick-ass ending.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you don't want it to just be like, oh, he's still around.
Well, I don't want. Let's put it this way. I want it to be like a fun ass Fatty Arbuckle, girl got raped on a boat by a bottle story. That's fine. Not, hey, he punched a guy for crossing the street. Yeah. I mean, that's fucking boring. Anybody can do that dumb shit. But I want to do something crazy. Like I said, I want to be Farley.
Yeah.
I want to have 4 hookers and just fucking, a snout full of coke and
Pork chops.
die with a rosary in my hand. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. A mouthful of pork belly. Oh, dude. Short ribs and pork belly. That's what I do. That's what I go out on. Jesus. And I want to snort heroin like Mia Wallace, and get a fucking adrenaline shot in the heart, and then wake up and chug a fucking like 2 liter of Jack Daniels, and then shove the bottle up some girl's ass, and then go to sleep forever. There you go. That's the story. That's how I want it to end.
Yeah, it's a good way to end the show.
That's a good way to end Well, I'm not going to do all that shit on the air. I mean, that's a good way to end my life.
I think you should.
You think end the show like that?
Yeah.
So I got to
Follow
snort a bunch
yourself
of heroin.
around. Yeah.
Follow yourself
Like when you
around?
Yeah, you just go around and record stuff. Like remember when you sniffed that inhaler that one year? What was that one?
I don't want to say because we sponsored them and they wanted to air that shit for free, and I was just like, well,
Yeah.
because they paid a certain amount, and then he's like, hey, we want to use this in like advertising, and I'm like, all right, cool. Well, here's
Give me my
the
money.
terms.
Yeah.
And then he's like, nope.
Yeah, it was an inhaler or something, and you tried it on the air and you sniffed it and you like coughed up a rancor.
Well, dude, that knocked me the fuck out. Like, I mean, I wasn't expecting it or whatever. And that was back in the old days when people wanted to give me money to do stuff.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I don't even remember who the fuck that guy was. Like, I couldn't tell you what that product was, but I just remember the artwork for it.
I remember the artwork was so good that I wanted to go back and erase the product because the product's in the artwork.
Right.
Just because I thought it was better standalone art. It was the Scarface parody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should just fucking do it different and put it up on the Joker's page.
I can Photoshop the thing out.
Well, do it and put it on the Joker's page. That's the move.
Actually, you know what I was doing? I was looking at all the artwork from the past, 7 years? And I was picking out, like, I was going to do my top 10 favorite show art paintings. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Well, yeah, you should, definitely.
Yeah, I might do that.
You know, it's funny. I have one that I always that's my
You
favorite
like the
one.
hornet nest one, right? Is that the one?
That's probably number 2.
All right.
Actually. Let's put it this way. All of them are brilliant. Like that, they're all, a lot of them, some of them I don't like, some of them I really love.
Whoa.
You heard me.
There's some you don't like?
I didn't think you were paying attention.
That's a bunch of crap.
But there are, but the bridge one is that to me is the
You
show.
like that one?
That's my favorite one of all time. Just because the look on the kid's face, on Lil Schmitty's face, is that's the most perfect one.
I got to tell you, a couple weeks ago, when you're on the Mad Max big wheel.
Oh yeah.
I think I love that. That should be something. It's just so bizarre.
Yeah, it's a great
There's
one.
a little kid. He's got all this armor and bullets and guns and blood and guy. There's a head on a spike.
Yeah, I dug it. It's fucking awesome. But then you'll go back, and then there's the one with me as Gary Oldman's Dracula. God damn it, dude! There's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like you forget all of this shit. You look back and you're like, oh my god, that is fucking awesome,
Hysterical.
dude. There's one where like I'm an old wizard mage for a clip show, and I'm in like a dungeon.
Oh, you were Gandalf, and you were in the basement of Minas Tirith looking at old shows.
dude. Come on.
Yeah.
This show is. Fuck. What happened, man?
Yeah, it used to be awesome.
We used to be great. What the fuck happened to us?
I don't know.
No, but
I think ever since you had me on, it's probably gone downhill.
really.
That could be it.
You know what? You should. Maybe we should just know our roles. What if you just sketched me while I talked?
Like one of my French women.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I need.
I was just thinking about that movie yesterday.
Titanic.
Yes, because first of all, it's awesome, and second of all,
Yeah.
I was watching. Dude, I watched this barbecue show.
What does it have to do with Titanic?
Because he was making lamb, and he made a barbecued lamb shoulder.
You like lamb, dear, don't you?
Exactly. That's exactly why I thought of it, dude. We'll have the lamb
Sweet
with
pea?
the mint sauce. Very rare. You like lamb, don't you? Don't you, sweet pea? And she's like, Cal, and she's got that fucking rigid corset on or whatever the fuck. But that's exactly what I thought of it because he was barbecuing lamb, and I'm like, you like lamb, don't you, sweet pea? Because after he ordered it, I'm like, what a dick that fucking Cal was.
Yeah,
Terrible
forcing
guy.
lamb on people.
Don't like him. Don't care for him. But I love that movie. Love
good.
it.
I still think he could have fit on that wood.
She could have pulled him up and saved him.
I think they both could have fit on that wood. He could have laid down and she could have laid on top of him. Like,
Well, yeah, you hope.
well, not
That would have kept each other warm.
no, like a reverse spoon with the girls on his back.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't mean like, sexually.
No, I know what you meant.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. They could have kept each other warm that way as well, too.
No, I always assume what you're saying is perverted, so that was my fault.
No, dude, I have an awesome photograph of Jill on my back.
I didn't hex.
Well, you just said it's not sexually, so I'm telling you, it's not. This is not a sexual photo. It's just we were in bed, and then she climbed up on my back, and she's laying on my back, and I took a selfie of us, and I'm kind of like making a squint face, and she's
No.
directly over my shoulder, looking fucking gorgeous. It's an awesome picture. It's not sexual at all, dude. There's one.
The fact that you're in bed and then you're laying on each other, you don't find that at all.
well, but I mean, if you the position we're in, the parts don't
All right,
fit.
let me define what's sexual now. Would you take the same picture with your mom?
Oh my God, no! What are you talking about?
Then we've determined that that's a sexual picture.
All right. Well, in turn, then, if you and your mom are on the Titanic and you fucking go down, and then she's like, "Come up here, Bubba," and I'm gonna lay on top of you while we're on this wood.
It depends how old you are, because moms do kind of heroic shit.
All right,
in
you're
those
30.
situations. No, I drown my ass off.
Okay. Well, then shut the fuck up.
Hey,
You don't
hey.
get to call me out on this.
All right.
That's,
That's life and death, though, man.
nah,
That's different.
Right, and you chose death. Well,
I'd
I
rather
chose.
be blue and frozen than, yeah, I get you.
Well, no, but it's just the fucking, because I have this one picture, because I have a billion photos of us, all right, and that's fine.
Really?
But I have one, dude, I want, like I said, I wanted you to paint it. It's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's this fucking awesome photo.
You keep telling me about.
Well, there's two
yeah.
of them. There's two great ones. There's one where we're like, I mean, yeah, they're in bed, but they're not sexual photos.
Well, here's my question.
Yes?
You have the photograph. What do you want a painting of that for?
because I can't hang the fucking selfie on the wall in a house.
Why not? Well, the difference would be the
because it lives
painting.
in my phone.
You could have that printed and put up to a big poster size.
How?
You take it to a poster place.
But then they're all going to see it.
What's the difference between that and getting it painted?
Well, then only you're going to see it.
But then everybody that looks at the painting is going to see it too.
What do I live in an art gallery? It's going to sit in my fucking house. I'm not going to put in a velvet
I guess
rope.
what I'm trying to say is I'd rather have a technician at FedEx see this picture than me have to look at it.
But see, as an artist, though, you would see it and go, that is an aesthetically beautiful photograph. I know you would.
I suppose.
See? That I'm showing you right now. Hold
No,
on.
I don't understand.
But, it's funny, though. I do know that you can print out those pictures because Jill has done that. One time, she sent me... I have framed photographs that she's given me that were selfies we took, and I don't even know how the fuck she got them, but she did, and they're in frames. They're amazing. And
Yeah.
then she's got like 4 or 5 of them in her house, and they're fucking cool looking.
Fuck all that.
Incorrect. Fucking amazing. See, we can't all have like amazing oil paintings of our family that we created in
I
our
have
house.
yet to paint my... Oh, I have painted my kids in watercolor
Yes.
as a gift.
Well, isn't that so? Oil is different than watercolor.
Yes.
Oil's harder
Oil is more...
because that takes 9 months to dry or whatever.
Oh, gosh. Oil... Well, it can when you use it like I do, pretty thick. So, yeah, it takes a shitload of time to dry. Watercolor, it's different technique. I would explain it to you, but I've never actually been trained in either medium. I've just figured it out on my own.
I see.
Like when I went to art school, I didn't have a watercolor class. I didn't have an oil painting class. So it was just kind of a thing I figured out. I gangstered it.
I had to make trivets in junior achievement.
Me too.
I remember.
That's where I think I met. I shouldn't say I met you then.
That's where we became friends.
That's when I started going, that Schmitty guy's crazy.
Yeah, that's when we were having fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, because and again,
You would
it's-
just show up and eat toasted Hostess
that's
fruit
it.
pies.
That was the only reason I
Yeah.
came to junior achievement is they had Hostess fruit pies in the vending machine, and I wanted to laugh with my friends. That was it.
Yeah.
And I think I stole one from Dante Brackett.
That's the first thing I ever got to drive to on my own when I had my
Really?
license. Were we juniors by then?
Yeah, sophomores or juniors.
Yeah, see, because when I was a sophomore, I got my license. We didn't own a car, so when my family finally got a car, that was one of the first things I got to drive to on my own with my license
Junior achievement.
to junior achievement. And
So
back.
it was this thing for credit, but I didn't do anything for credit.
You were supposed to build these trivets and then sell them,
Yes.
and it was trying to teach you about like business and inventory and.
Yeah. It was like risky business where it's like instead you just want to have
Yes.
a party with a bunch of whores. But
No, that's how everything was to you in school.
what, like risky business or a party, a party full of whores?
whores. How do if I go to 5 gyms, I bet you my odds of getting hooked up with a chick go way up.
If I eat 5 lunches, I can definitely sit with Liza Whitman and convince her that she needs to jump the fence with me.
Jump the fence.
Dude, I wanted Liza Whitman in school. I did. I just did. It's just the truth. Can't lie. I had a crush on her.
Really?
Yeah.
Are we
And-
going to say, I can't say crushes out loud. I can't use their real names. It's
Well,
embarrassing.
no, because you still know them. That's the
Well,
problem.
I'm friends with them on Facebook, and I'm married and have kids. They're married and have kids. How
Of
do you
course.
tell them, hey, when we were in 5th grade, I used to dream about you?
Well, I'm not telling anybody that I mean, I'm just saying it. You know what I mean? It's that was the
You
truth.
say the name. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
That's embarrassing to me, I guess.
What, that you had a crush when you were 13? Of course you
Sure.
did. But I mean, but everybody had them. I don't understand why that would be a hard a hassle. I don't know why that would be a thing.
Because I don't know. I guess I'd be embarrassed if they heard it. Hey, did you hear that Dave Hernandez was talking about you on that podcast?
Well, if someone knows that 35 years ago I wanted to kiss him on the cheek, I mean, it's not going to fucking
yeah,
change
I have
anything.
to admit they're pretty tame because well, anytime you have a grade school crush, you don't know anything about sex. You just know you're tingly.
Well, yeah, because at the time it's like, and you also don't know what you're supposed to do. It's like you can't buy a sports car and you can't whip out a big dick, so you got to go, hey, how many oranges can I fit in my mouth? You know what I mean? You're just doing anything to get noticed at that point. Hey, I'm going to drink a whole salt shaker. Watch how great I am.
Yeah, you're right.
I literally remember sitting with Liza and I chugged a can of High C.
just to impress her.
Just so she would talk about it. So it would be funny. It would make her laugh. I literally, you remember those big metal cans of High C?
Yeah.
I chugged it all the way down in fucking 10 seconds or whatever the fuck. I drank an entire can, a giant fucking can of the Tropical Punch High C. Or
yeah.
the green, the Ecto Cooler.
At least
type
you
of
had
can.
a game. At least you had an attempt at a game. I mean, your game was completely screwed
It was
up. but at least-
horrifying, yeah.
But at least you had an attempt. I didn't even have that.
No, because you're just kicking your toe in the dirt and being like, oh, shucks, nobody likes me. I'm just Dave.
That's pretty. Is that my dog again?
Did you step in that bear trap I set up? Serious, I set up a bear trap. I told you that, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, now you know. I mean, whether I told you or not, now you know. Because fucking Rogue is clamped up in there. And you notice she's shut up now.
Yes, she is. I gave her the look.
That's how it works.
And she's in a bear trap.
You gave her the look from here? Is that what she
Dude, yeah.
She can feel your look?
Yeah, she
What are you,
can.
my mom?
Feel your look.
So,
Look at you go.
look at oh, dude, I watched that last night.
So did I.
No, you did not.
VH1. It was on. It was
No,
on
it was on MTV.
MTV.
It was weird 'cause
they're right next to
uh,
each other on my cable box. Yeah.
Jill and I were on the couch and she fell asleep, and then I was watching a hockey game, and then I went in the guide and it said Dark Knight, and it had been on for an hour, and that's literally the part I turned on.
Yes.
1 hour I turned it on, and there's the Joker at the party.
Oh, you saw the party. Oh, yeah. See, I turned it on right before Lose Your Balls. You know, the
Yeah,
meeting
yeah.
with Gamble and
So
those guys.
perfect.
Yeah.
Where is Harvey Dent? Just dude. But you, all right,
See, I did, go ahead, but I did something. I mean, Val knows who the 85 Bears are.
oh, okay.
Because it's like in this town, if you're like the Bears, you got to know about the 85
Exactly.
Bears. So he knows about the 85 Bears, and he knows about Richard Dent and all the guys. And
Yes.
Richard Dent is the sack man.
Yes.
So for some reason, being stupid as I am, I'm watching the movie, and that's the part where Joker comes in and he's like, "And where's Richard Dent, the sack man?" And I said it like that. He's like, why would he be looking for Richard Dent?
And I had no idea, no clue. Unless he wanted a good deal on siding, or whatever the Colonel is doing these days.
I don't know. The sack man.
But I watched it last night, and it's so funny because it's a brilliant movie and it's genius and all that.
Yeah.
But then when you rewatch it, you're like, that's dumb. Like there's shit that happens, and you're like, you're kind of mad at it.
Yeah.
So in that party scene, I'll start with the biggest one first. When he throws fucking Gyllenhaal out the window, and
Yeah.
Batman grabs him, and they fall
Yeah.
80 floors easily
least.
from the top of a skyscraper.
Yeah.
And they land on the hood of a car, and she's just like, let's not do that again. And I'm like, yeah, no kidding. Wouldn't somebody just be like, ooh, oh my,
Shit! I broke my coccyx.
my calf hurts. You know what I
Well,
mean?
he has that back cloth.
Understood. And I'm sure that's resistant to high falls, but for him, but is she wrapped in it really? I don't fucking know. And then, because also in that same movie, he lands on the on the roof of a car, and all
Yeah.
of the windows blow out of it.
Yeah.
But this time he lands on the hood of a car, and it doesn't even spill the coffee of the dude driving it, for
Yeah.
fuck's sake. So you're kind of like, nah, this could have been different.
A little bit.
But you give it that little leeway. But even before that, here's to me the bigger transgression. It's not really a transgression, but it was the thing I noticed last night.
I got something. I wonder if it's the same thing. Go ahead.
Okay. The Joker has Gyllenhaal. He's got a knife to her face, and he's giving her the whole speech about the scars.
Yeah.
And And then he's like, you got a little fight in ya. I like that. And then Batman goes, then you're going to love me, and starts a fight with him. How long is Batman standing there letting him finish the speech? What a jag-off Batman
Maybe
is.
he was sneaking up.
No, Batman is standing there waiting for him to finish it. He's just waiting. He's got a line already. He's like, I got to jump in here with a zinger. That's what Batman
He was waiting to drop a good one.
He's not. He could have just, because honestly, he could have just punched the Joker in the face.
Yeah.
He could have just disarmed him or grabbed the knife or done something. And I mean, look, I saw that party. It's a formal party. There's people in tuxedos. You're going to notice the guy dressed like a bat who sneaks into the room. Nobody says anything.
What if he had champagne
Okay,
to
fine.
blend in?
Maybe, but dude, I mean, you saw him. He's got eye black on. He's got that. So when did he put that on? By the way, he goes down into the tunnel and he comes up in the bats. Maybe that's what he was
That's
doing all the
always
time.
the big flaw of Batman movies is when do you have time to put the eye black on?
I picture him off to the side, like literally looking in a mirror. He's putting the eye black on, waiting for Joker to finish the speech about the scars, because because the timing on it is too perfect. Like he's just like, a little fight in ya. I like that. Then you're gonna love me, and then they fight. How long is Batman standing there waiting for the Joker to do that so he can drop the zinger on him? Just fucking kill the Joker. What are you doing, stupid?
You know what I thought was kind of dumb at the beginning? Just at the beginning when they rob the bank and they still have the masks on, and the Joker puts the smoke bomb in the guy's mouth. Why didn't he just spit it out?
Exactly.
He holds on to it so it gets pulled in the smoke, and I'm like, just spit the thing out.
Yeah, you don't have to do that. Just fucking get it.
It's really
get out
dumb.
there. Exactly. Also when they land on the roof of the car, they land and she's like, let's never do that again. and then the next thing she goes is, where's Harvey? And if I'm Batman, I'm like, hey, fuck you, man. I just saved your ass. We dropped 80 floors. I could have let you fucking drop and still, you understand the Joker's still in my house fucking people up.
That's when he breaks the voice. That's when he does that voice.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk cool anymore.
No, I wanted him to just finally go, hey man, I don't know what the fuck your problem is, but don't worry, your coward of a boyfriend is fucking hiding in my wall. Get the fuck out of here. I just saved your ass. We just fell from a plane, motherfucker.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Where's Harvey?
What? Are you joking? Not only is the Joker up there fucking up my house, we landed on my car. We just fucked all of this up so I could save your fucking turtle-looking ass, and you're gonna fucking ask me where Harvey is? You know where he isn't? Saving your ass. I'll tell you where Harvey is not. Wrapped up in this fucking cape, making sure you don't die. You literally would be a puddle right now if it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Drives me crazy. So, I mean, again, I noticed that shit, like, you've seen the movie for the 100th time, and then you go, oh, wait a minute, why the fuck did that just happen? It's like the mayor with who has fucking mascara on the entire time. It's like, all of a sudden, you kind of go, wait a minute, is that dude wearing mascara?
That's the dude from, what was that show that Brooke Shields used to be on? The sitcom was her, Kathy Griffin.
Suddenly Susan?
Yeah, he was on that show. He was a Cuban.
Listen, someone's got to give me something for knowing Suddenly Susan in like a second. I mean, how did I pull that out of nowhere?
How'd you know that wasn't the guy from Suddenly Susan?
Are you talking about Nestor Carbonell?
I am.
That's his name. But he has we see. It's funny because I know him as the guy from Lost. He was in Lost.
I never watched Lost.
I did, and I will fight anybody who tells me it was well, no,
Good?
Nah. No, it was good, but it has the ending is this weird payoff. Like, because I always talk about how I'm going to end this show, it'll end with a gunshot, it'll end with whatever the fuck.
Doing heroin.
Yeah, part of me, we talked about that earlier. Bottle in the ass and fucking heroin and all that shit.
By a train.
Rosary in hand. Oh, dude, that's fuck. Ha ha. I totally forgot that. We watched one fucking show. It was like this. I think I told this story on fucking before. When my brother Andy's like, dude, don't go to Brazil.
Never go to Brazil.
And it was those shocking things on TV or whatever.
Wildest videos.
Dude, there's somebody who gets hit by a train on there.
Oh.
And it's one of the most fucking horrifying things I've ever seen in my life. It's just so fucking bad. It's the same thing you described with the bike.
Yeah.
It's like there's a stationary train, and then you can see there's another stationary train, but this dude doesn't realize, or this chick doesn't realize there's a fucking middle track. So she kind of goes to, like, you hear this clang, 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 or whatever the fuck, and she's walking, and she kind of does this weird hesitation, and there's a camera filming the whole fucking thing, and it's just at the crossing, and this train fucking blasts her, and it could not be it was almost like this train was a golfer and it hit a shot, like I got a hole in one.
Yeah.
Because because it's 1 second, it's like a secretary who's late for a job. And in the next second, it's just a bag of meat flying at the camera because it just, it completely distorts and fucks her up. She takes one step and she sees it and she gets blasted and she literally comes, because the camera's it's got to be 30, 50 feet away. But she somehow, it kisses her just right, where she comes right at the fucking camera, like just rolls through the ground and all the way the fuck up. I mean, I don't.
Is kiss the right verb there?
Well, yeah, I mean, you get that gentle,
That doesn't sound anything gentle about that.
Well, I mean, it certainly wasn't gentle, but I mean, she didn't
Wouldn't
get
be
well, let's put it this way.
blasted?
Well, it put English on her. Does that make sense?
She was a Massey shot.
Now, exactly. Because if she had walked in front of the train, you don't even see her again.
Yeah,
She completely disappears into the grates and the grills. But it kisses her off to the side, and so she goes rolling like a tumbleweed right at fucking camera. And it's all, and just assholes and elbows, dude. I mean, she is just a meat projectile at that point. And just like a meat frisbee, she comes flying right at the goddamn thing. And again, in one instant, you're like, that's somebody's mom, that's somebody's sister, that's somebody's daughter. And in the next instant, we need a trash pickup like right away.
Yeah.
And she's going to be buried in a fucking circular coffin because there's no way you can even stretch her out to fill a full one. Dude, what a mess.
You get a snow shovel and just pick that up.
Yeah, so when you were talking about like getting hit by trains, that was I forgot to even talk about it, but I saw somebody get busted by a fucking train.
It was enough for me to see a flaming car go by my window on a train that I was on a train pulling into Union Station that hit another train. Now that I remember it, yeah. It wasn't a high speed impact, but it was enough where we had to get off. It was a little scary there for a little bit. There were some people freaked out because one train derailed and hit our train coming in, and they had to evacuate everybody, and we had to jump out of the train outside the station. So the what do you call it? The last step was still a good 4 feet off the ground. So it was no easy task. People were freaking out.
Did you feel it when it hit you?
I felt the impact go through the train, and then we stopped, and then nobody was moving, and then you could smell burning.
Yeah.
And then people started getting weird, and then they all started trying to freak out, and I just waited my turn and got off.
Pre or post 9/11?
Post 9/11.
Oh, then everybody's got to be losing their fucking minds.
Yeah, everybody thinks it's a poison gas.
Yeah, well, but ISIS ain't fucking with trains. if anything, ISIS wants to blow up every plane so we have to use trains.
No, this could have been Al Qaeda though. Al Qaeda will mess with a train.
You think so?
Spain, man. Didn't you ever see that footage of those people getting blown up in the Spanish train terminal?
Well, that's in the terminal, but I got to fuck with a train. Like I said, they recognize how much damage they would do to us psychically if they made us all take trains. I mean, it's bad,
nobody
it's bad
wants
enough.
to,
Fuck no, nobody wants to be on a goddamn train.
I didn't.
So ISIS is like, we're going to blow up the planes, so they have to drive the train.
You are on train now.
You are on ground transport.
Wait till you are on bus.
Go hit flaming car. Eventually, yeah, they'll get it to a bus, and then like what if Little Red Wagon and all that kind of shit. Dude, ISIS, fuck,
ISIS bombed my wagon.
Dude, ISIS totally took up my big wheel. But see, in this, there's no ISIS, dude. Whatever. I went to Dunkin' Donuts today, and it's like, oh, it's all ISIS. Or it's not ISIS. They're Indian people or whatever. But what was funny is sitting at the, there were these clear, like, kind of rednecky dudes. They all get together there for coffee. You can see one of them had a Confederate flag shirt on.
Oh, geez.
And they had trucker hats on, and they're just, but they're older men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just like probably 65, 70, and that's what they do. They get together at Dunkin' Donuts. And I don't know. I guess I'm a terrible person because in my head I'm thinking, how do they feel? Like, are they making fun of those people who are there making the donuts? Or I don't know.
They might not have the mental capacity to do that.
I don't know. If those people have the mental capacity for anything, it's for making fun of the other. So, I mean, I wonder if maybe they were doing that. But I don't know. But it's so sad that that's where my brain went into when I walked in the goddamn... Because, again, there's... I've been warped by seeing every Trump rally or everything online where you've got some dude saying something to other dude. Dude, you see, there's a clip... There's like a Hispanic dude at a Trump rally. And I think he's holding a selfie stick or a camera. I don't fucking know. And look, I got to be honest, I don't know why you're there protesting, but I guess you're trying to save your country, and good for you. That's fine.
Be able to go there and protest.
I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to go. I'm just saying, there's fucking movies to watch. Like, I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
Well, seriously, I mean, because you're just going to go there, I've talked about how trouble seems to find me, bad things seem to occur.
Yeah.
Well, but then if you go to a place like that, you're inviting it. Like you kind of want it to happen. It's going to happen, and it's
Well,
not.
I think that's the point. They know that it's going to happen, and they're going to show you that it's happening. That's the whole reason they're going.
Well, that's this guy did. It's like him, and I don't know if it's his mom or his wife or I don't know. He's got
Something weird.
some woman with him, and this dude comes up, and it's a white dude, and right in his face because he's a Hispanic guy, and the white dude is like screaming at him, and he's like, get the fuck out of here, you get the fuck out, whatever. Yeah, I'm telling you, get the fuck out, and he spits in the guy's face, and it's just. Like, I mean, I don't, I've had someone spit in my face. Like, I don't, and I've never even understood like the fucking logic of it. Like, cause that's just, like it's like when Charlie Murphy tells the Rick James story and he's just like, you don't slap a man.
Yeah.
When you did that in the old days,
Darkness.
there had to be a fight. One of you had to go.
Yeah.
And it's totally true. It's that thing. It's like you don't slap a man. They had a duel in the old days, and one of you had to go. I fucking love that logic, and that's how I feel about spitting. It's like
Yeah,
if you
that's
spit-
crossing a line, and that requires immediate action.
Well, yeah, if you spit, but that's the thing is this dude doesn't.
Yeah.
This dude just fucking Iron Eyes Cody's it and lets the spit run down his eye like a tear and just fucking stares at the guy, and his girlfriend / wife / mom or whoever the fuck it is just like, oh no, don't, please relax. And then dudes come over and they start yelling at the Hispanic guy, and the woman's like, that dude just spit in his face. And they're kind of they're helping that guy get away. They're like escorting him away, but they're not arresting him. And then the dude who got his face spit in, like he does like a selfie video in the car. He's like, I just want to show how much I love my country, and I'm there, and he said, this guy spit in my face, and he goes, believe me, I wanted to do these things to him, but it's like, I thought of my family, and I didn't want to go to jail, and I didn't want these bad things to occur. And then part of me is just like, well, I get that, but then why are you taking the afternoon to go to this fucking thing where, odds are good that somebody might spit in your face and start some shit?
Because you're going to a thing where that's not supposed to happen.
It's never supposed to happen. I'm not
he's
excusing the behavior.
No, I'm saying that he proved his point by doing this. He's showing you what's really going on there, and by him not fighting back is actually a good thing there.
Yeah, but there's a limit to my Gandhi type.
Well,
fucking
you wouldn't
bullshit.
do that. See, that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't. Nobody's going to put you in charge of going to find out what it's really like to get kicked out of a Trump rally, because they know there's going to be like a big mosh pit of fighting, like old people in those VFW beanies getting knocked over, and you picking up a guy and throwing him,
A bunch of Shriners on fucking tricycles driving into people's ankles,
knocking
God damn
guys
it.
with trucker hats, just trucker hats flying everywhere.
Truckosaurus. Yeah, because I mean, it's just a mess. Like I mean, and again, like I've said, Trump is just encouraging all this nonsense to occur, and he's just kind of benefiting from it and profiting from it, and people don't realize that. And people are like, this is my protest vote. This is my anger with the government. I'm just like, you're
Yeah, that's
just
what
all
they did in Germany.
you're just going to tear each other apart. I mean, I guess that's the thing. It's essentially, you're just like, they just told that Hispanic guy, and someone, I think he was like, get the fuck out of the country or whatever like
Yeah.
that. And he's like, I was a Marine. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you just because someone speaks differently than you or looks differently than you doesn't mean that they're not from here, motherfucker. I mean, everybody's from here.
Everybody's from here.
Well, seriously. I mean, if you're fucking here, you're here.
I know. Yeah, it's. You know what? Again, not to turn this into a political thing, because I'm not qualified to do that.
Who is?
I know, but you know what bothers me more is not what Trump does or says or whatever. It really bothers me that people that I know are falling for it,
Yes.
and that kind of tells you what's in their heart, and that breaks mine.
Yeah.
To know that really deep down, when it comes time to press a button to vote for somebody, you're going to do it for that person. And that just kind of ruins my image of what I thought we had in common. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's depressing. It really is.
Yeah. Because I mean, again, Trump
it's like
is,
finding out somebody you know is really a dirtbag, and the only reason you know that now is because of this other thing.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, because he's P.T. Barnum. That's what he is, and he's and I don't even want to give him credit for being Hitler, because Hitler. Yeah, all right. This will be fun to say.
All right.
Hitler's a monster. Hitler's a clear monster. Okay.
Now.
Yes. I'm saying at the time when they elected him and all that stuff, I don't know what he had in mind. I don't know what he had planned. I don't know anything. I don't know the history like you know the history of Hitler. Because that's
Everybody knows I know the Hitler.
well, you're my go-to guy for the Kennedy assassination, and for Hitler, you're my guy. I call you up, we talk.
All right. Hitler, I'm not as well knowledgeable about. All I know is that the very basic concept of taking a country who views itself as being not great as it used to be and preying on all their fears about we need to make this great again. And by doing that, we got to get rid of these people, and we got to get rid of these people.
Well, yes.
Saying the thing that everyone's thinking, and everybody that thinks like that is thinking and won't say, is almost identical to how you get somebody like Hitler in office.
Right, but to me, and again, this is my fault because maybe I'm making the threat insignificant, but Trump is just a fathead who hosted a television show. Like, I mean, I don't think that.
Oh, yeah,
I don't think he means one fucking iota of what he's saying.
Yeah,
so to me, when everybody's like, "Oh my God, Trump is so dangerous, it's so terrible," I'm like, dude, because in the beginning I was like, this is a joke. It's just fucking stupid. And it's never going to last. Well, now the fact that it looks like he can win, now I want nothing more than for him to win. Because I mean, you know me, I love chaos. So I want to see a bunch of crazy shit just happen, man. But I don't want him to be president, but I want him to win the Republican nomination so he tears them the fuck apart. Because honestly, like I said, I don't think the guy believes a fucking word he says. I don't think he does. So I think when he gets in office, he's just going to be like, all right, what can I do to make some money for myself? Like, that's the deal. I don't think he's any threat to... Because again, I'm going to build the wall and make Mexico pay for it. No, you're not. Good for you. I hope. I mean, because part of me wants to see him try it.
I still got a Mexican that owes me money for a fence.
I just want
Good luck.
I want him to make those calls. I want him to be like, yeah, and I'm going to force Apple to stay in America and make the computers here.
All right.
I want to see him get like literally make that phone call. Hey, is this Tim Cook? Hi, it's President Trump. You know me, I'm huge. Anyway, you should probably just keep your manufacturing here and close all of your factories all over the United States because it would make America great again. Click. And then he would just go host a fucking live show to build his cabinet and let people vote on it with a 900 number that he would profit from. I mean, it's all this motherfucker is.
I think you're right, but I still like the idea of the Hitler comparison because hopefully that will scare enough people to go, hey, maybe we don't vote for
No, they have to vote for this guy. I demand that he wins because, you know, because I will tell you this.
That's not funny though, man.
but dude, well, he's not going to win the presidency no matter what. If he wins the nomination, he's not going to win. Although I will say this, the danger there is if he becomes the nominee, there are so many young people who would do it for the lulls, who'd just be like, dude, this would be hysterical if Trump was the president. And
let's vote for Jesse Jackson.
Because I was saying, and then the next thing you know, you got Jesse Ventura screaming from a podium about fucking flying saucers. And you're like, wait a second.
Vapor trails and shit.
How did this fucking happen? I mean, if you got a dude bragging about how big his cock is in a presidential debate and you do not shut him down the next day, how does the whole country just not go, oh, this man's completely unserious. There's no reason we should have him be the fucking president. Did you ever see that clip of Obama where he's fucking around with some monitor or something and there's a woman standing next to him?
Oh, about your girlfriend?
And the boyfriend walks by and he goes, don't touch my girl. And that little 2.5 minute interchange, there's more humor and class and fun and charisma than Trump's had in his entire fucking life.
No, Obama ruins the country. We got to make it great again.
Look, I don't get people. I mean, I hate to think that it's just as simple as he's black and so he's bad. But why would you hate that guy? Why would you ever think bad things about him?
The thing I hate is that I did not like George W. I thought he was an idiot. But I didn't go on.
Because he was an idiot.
Yes. But out of respect for the office, which at least I grew up being taught, you know, you can not like this, but you still have to. You know, if the president comes in, you stand up, you know, all this stuff. I can't, again, maybe, you know, social media wasn't as big as it is now with Obama, but I couldn't imagine going on Facebook every day and making jokes about how dumb Bush is. To me, it's like, it's stupid. Why? Yeah. I don't get it. And that's why I don't get all this anti-Obama stuff. Fine, if you don't agree with him, great, but
the thing
let it go, man. There's stuff that is not his fault.
But the things that they say are so categorically untrue.
Yes,
that's what drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's a creature of the teleprompter. Like he couldn't possibly give a speech. And you're like, what are you talking about?
Are you nuts?
This is the most extemporaneous, charismatic president I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Clinton invigorated me and wanted me to vote, but even he just kind of came off like a smarmy dude sometimes.
Yeah.
Obama's never seen anything less than genuine to me and funny. And then there was there's always memes going around about how Malia and the kids, but also his wife. How can I not remember her fucking name?
Michelle?
Right now? Michelle, there you go. About how she's not attractive or she's, and I'm like, dude, she's fucking gorgeous.
Yes.
Where are people coming from when they say shit like that? And I wonder.
It's got nothing to do with the politics.
Right,
It's
but
just
how
ridiculous.
black is your heart that you can't see the obvious in front of you?
Yeah.
That's what drives me crazy.
Well, the thing I'm hoping for with Trump is I made a comparison. If you've ever read the Dead Zone or seen the movie The Dead
Right,
Zone,
yeah.
the Stilson, the senator, Martin Sheen plays him.
Yeah.
That's who Trump is. And I'm waiting for him to make the mistake, the one he can't get out of, the holding the baby up in front of the assassin.
Yeah.
That's because it's like it's inevitable. I just hope it happens at the right time.
See, I don't think it's inevitable.
You don't think
because-
he's gonna-
Well, because he stepped on his dick so many fucking times, and people are just like, that's just Trump.
Yeah, but he's gonna go one step further and grab that kid and put him up in front of the assassin's bullet.
But here's how I feel about it. He has to win the nomination because this Ted Cruz is infinitely more dangerous than fucking Trump. Because Trump at least worships dollar signs. Ted Cruz is still smitten with God and Jesus and religion. Like yesterday at the Democratic debate, they were like, "Oh my God, what does God play in your life, and how does He mean?" And they had asked, and real critical thinkers who are running for the fucking leadership of this country had to answer that question on television, what they think of God. and look, whether if you believe in that and you take comfort in it and you find faith in it, good for you. But our leaders should not be subject to that and have to go ahead and say, I don't give a fuck what they think about God. I care about what they're going to do about fucking civil rights in this country and women's rights and things like that. Because that's another thing too. Everybody's like, oh my God, Trump's going to totally lower taxes and all this stuff about taxes. Man, I don't know anybody who the fuck really cares about taxes. What is anybody's policy going to do for you? Save you $300 a year? And then what? Dude, you know what? Tax me, motherfucker. Fix the fucking road. That's all I care about. I'm driving. I drove in a fucking pothole the other day that was so deep, I killed a shark. Fuck you. Fix my road, goddammit. So I don't give a fuck how much. And again, maybe because I'm a single dude with no kids and I don't give a fuck and I'm white and I got privilege and everybody's going to tell me all that bullshit, fine. But I just, whenever.
Yeah, you got privilege.
Well, you know what I'm saying? When everybody's like, oh my God, fucking taxes, and am I going to get a taxes? They're taxing us up the wazoo, and Obama's crushed this country and Obamacare, and I don't want to pay. Why the fuck would you ever have a problem with people getting care for their health and their sickness? I don't, oh God, it's infuriating. So, but to me, Trump's got to fucking win now. Like in the beginning, like I said,
I don't even want to play that game,
dude.
man.
He's got to win. He's got to win because I want
gonna.
just so he and Hillary can have a debate. And every time she tries to talk, he goes, "Oh, McCarthy," and just sneezes into his hand because that's who he is. That's his level of debate. He's like, you know what he is? He's fucking Will Ferrell, Frank the Tank after they get him to drink a couple in old school.
We're going streaking.
He just runs out and just does stupid Trump stuff, and everybody's like, "Oh, dude, that's hysterical." So he has to fucking win. If he doesn't win, I'll be very disappointed. Because I'll tell you what, if Trump wins, you know what this whole world is? It's me in a goddamn car with 3 hookers eating pork chops and a derby shooting people on the side of the goddamn road. That's right. That's why we need a Trump in office. We need a Trump in office so I wind up like a dead Farley. That's it. It's like they always say a rabbit in every pot.
Yeah.
A Trump in every office means a Schmidt is a dead Farley. That's it. I just want to be dead with fucking drugs on my face and a rosary in my hand. And then I want a hooker to take my photo and spread it around. That's it. You know what? My life will have been a failure unless the final photo of me ends up on rotten.com.
You want to die during the Trump administration?
Yeah.
All right.
The country will, so why shouldn't I?
How about it?
I will be in Canada.
Dude, you can't go to Canada. We're building a wall there too.
Yeah, to keep us out.
Yeah, you fucking syrup suckers. Not doing it. Take that. You fucking hockey puckers.
I might go to Iceland. Isn't it like cool in Iceland?
Well, I want to go to like Scandinavia just because I like watch the cooking show. And they're just like, dude, they put like dill and cucumber and everything. And I'm like, I'm on board with that. I can eat that.
It wasn't so much about the culinary treats. It was more about like, there's no religions there and stuff. That might be kind of fun.
Imagine there's no religions.
You only get to eat dill.
Imagine there's a cucumber in every meal. Look at that. You know what? I actually like it there. Hey, Yoko almost died last week, right? Didn't I hear that?
I heard that she got sick or something.
She got sick, and then Sean is just like, false alarm, everybody. And
Everybody's
I-
like, damn.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is, I was like, who's he assuaging their feelings? Who out there is just like, oh, we can't lose Yoko. Oh,
Why does
no.
everybody hate Yoko?
And I don't look. I don't hate her.
I don't either.
But I mean, I don't have an opinion on her one way or the other.
Well, I mean-
I'm not a fan of her singing.
I'm not a fan of her doing anything where I have to listen. But everybody says, oh, she broke the Beatles up. No, she didn't. John did.
See, Trump should be doing shit like that. That's the
Breaking
kind
up
of,
the Beatles?
like crazy shit. Like, hey, if you like me, I'll get Yoko Ono out of this fucking country. And there'll be people. Yeah, fuck, it's about time. Yeah, like fuck this. He's thinking macro, where he's like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm gonna throw all of the Mexicans out of here.
Yeah.
If he goes micro and he's like, I'm just gonna throw Paul Rodriguez out of here, and everybody's like, yeah, that's fucking perfect.
Okay.
Just pick on one dude. See, that's not
Get
so
more
bad.
specific, then maybe I'd be on board with Trump's thing.
Dude, maybe, because then I'll tell you what. A good way to get all Hispanics to rally against you is to go, I'm going to kick all Hispanics out of this country.
Yeah.
However, if you just go, hey, you know what? I'm going to throw George Lopez out of this country. Maybe all the Hispanics turn it into like a little running game action, a running man.
Yeah,
and they're just like, yeah, okay, let's throw that one dude out. It saves the rest of us.
Throw that fluffy guy too. Get him
Oh,
out of there.
dude, you know what? Fuck yeah. Honestly, George Lopez stays, even though that guy's a dick from what I heard.
George Lopez is a dick.
I've heard stories about people who have had personal interactions with George Lopez, and it did not turn out well. Because George Lopez was not a good person. But again, I don't know. I have no personal experience with the man, other than finding him incredibly unfunny in all of his projects. But but I will tell you this: Gabriel Iglesias, who I've heard is a delight.
Nice guy.
Also, just about as funny as a tennis racket in the mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't get it. And just the invention of the word "fluffy" for fat.
Yeah.
Because just that whole fat champion, fat rights. Hey, I'm fluffy. I'm not fat. That's the old big boned thing that people used to say. And I'd be like, yeah, fuck you, T-Rex. Nobody gives a shit about your giant dinosaur bones.
Man, we don't have the Hispanic community does not have that funny comedian that was just like Pryor or Carlin. Can you think?
I'm trying to think.
It's not Paul Rodriguez. I know that.
Nah.
Wasn't Freddie Prinze.
Are you talking about AKA Pablo?
Talking about Freddie Pacheco in the Ali movie.
Oh, dude. Well, Freddie Prinze was the guy. He was like
He was Puerto Rican though.
oh man, I can't think.
Cheech
of any-
Marin.
Yeah, Cheech and Chong both. Chong's
Chinese.
Not, yeah, I would say he's not.
Hence the name Chong.
I thought he was Japanese.
No, he's Chinese.
Does he have dirty knees?
Look at these.
Oh, check it out, Chonger. Yeah, I can't think. Well, this is your forte. This is your group, man. Don't you fucking come to the. Who do you bring to the table?
I don't bring anyone to the table. The table is empty. Table's got to be bust.
There you
Though
go.
every once in a while, I have to admit, George Lopez only makes me laugh culturally, like when he just makes fun of something that Mexican people do, and then that makes me laugh a little bit. But I get why you don't think he's funny.
What if Donald Trump did that? He said,
What,
"Hey,
make
you
fun
know."
of Mexicans?
Yeah, he said, like, there's something the Mexican people do.
I'd say Carlo Mencia, but he's not Mexican, even though he pretends to be.
Yeah, he's Guatemalan or whatever the
he's
fuck.
something Honduras.
He's
or
from
I don't
Guam.
know. I don't know.
But that dude just fucking totally
Yeah.
disappeared.
So we don't have.
See, but there you go. If Trump's like, hey, I will get Carlos Mencia out of this country, that's a good way to fucking get people on board, right?
Yeah, I think about it.
Dude, I used to work with Carlos Mencia when I was doing stand up in the early, when I first started in the 90s.
Yeah.
And we were doing these fucking shitholes. There was this bar called Shout. And
Let it all out.
Oh my god, dude! And I watched one of the worst nights ever. Was my friend Kelly Moran had to follow Carlos in a mixed race room, and I mean Carlos was just that special kind of pandering asshole who just
Yeah.
fucking. I mean that was his whole bit was black people, you people do this and then we do this and then I got a knife and it's like, oh my god, enough of that bullshit. Oh, beaners, we eat a bowl of stew, and then we eat a trotters, which are the hooves, and you guys eat the pig balls, and white people are like this. Oh, my God. And meanwhile, like every black person in the audience is doing a somersault and
I
jumping.
know.
Yes, woohoo, he's so right.
Tough comedy.
And my friend Kelly's about to go up and play piano. And he's sweating it. Like he's just gripping in the back. Meanwhile, Carlos is up there. He puts a fucking stocking over his head and he's like, oh, I just pull it back like this. And people think I'm Chinese, fucker. And then, and literally, there is this explosion in the universe where like a star is created and Carlos floats to the heavens to entertain God at his roast. And then Kelly has to go up after him. And oh my God, Kelly actually died when he was 45. I think that night is why. I think he carried that sonically inside of his heart and his soul. And at some point he just went, yeah, that night was the day. Because he really died that night. He just waited for his heart to stop beating 9 years later. Because
God.
that night was dude, the fucking, one of the worst eats I've ever seen. One of the, Kelly was, you know what? You knew he was in trouble when the Black Keys on his piano started laughing at Carlos. It was like, yeah, guess what? I can't fucking get through to anybody for fuck's sake.
Ain't your night. Tonight ain't your night.
It was not his night. So, so he was just off to the side, and because he used to do he would play. Oh my God, I can't even describe the level of eat. It was just like Black Hole Sun level. Like when he was finished, Soundgarden wrote a dirge about him. I mean, it was that fucking terrible. Literally, that set was the reason Kurt Cobain blew his head off. He heard about it. He wasn't even depressed about his own life, but as an entertainer, it had gotten around that Kelly had died so badly behind Mencia that fucking, sure enough, Cobain's like, you know what? Just because on the off chance that ever happens to me, I got to suck on a fucking double barrel to make sure it happens, and I can't be there to fucking witness it. Oh my God. What a death. One of the worst comedy deaths I've ever seen in my life. And I've died deaths. I mean, I've had miserable deaths. I died one night. I told the fucking story where I was on stage and I'm slugging it out with a fucking heckler. I mean, I'm just letting him, I'm destroying him, okay? But he won't shut the fuck up. And I'm killing him. And I'm at some fucking bar in Indiana. I don't know where the fuck I was. And I find this guy's on my left hand side. He's stage left, but his right, whatever. And he's heckling, and I'm burying him and burying him and burying him, and I'm getting laughs, and I'm doing great, and I win, and I fucking overpower him finally. And it took like 15 minutes of my 30-minute set to finally triumph over this guy, where I get to spike the football and be finished. And then it was like this. So, and then I do a bit, and I get heckled from the right side of the room. Motherfucker! I literally just wanted to lie down on the stage and just let the clock run out. I wanted to take a knee Brady style and just to get surrounded by my linemen. I mean, it was just fucking terrible.
Oh, dude.
So bad. But nothing like Kelly's. Kelly just, oh, dude, it was so fucking bad. I wanted him to just El Kabong somebody with his fucking keyboard and walk the fuck off. So terrible. But if Trump's just like, he picks on one Hispanic dude, then, oh man, that's perfect, right?
It depends on who.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You got to find the right one.
Like Eric Estrada, you got to, throw him out.
Oh, okay. You toss him. I didn't know where you were going there.
No.
I didn't want to jump in.
I can't even think of who you keep. We suck.
Oh, who's that? Who won fucking Last Comic Standing? Like Enrique Esparza or some shit?
I don't know.
I don't know. Some guy with a Z in his name. But literally, Ted Cruz is so much more dangerous than Trump. Like so much more. Because he'll say something wide-eyed and crazy like, well, not only do I want to get all Hispanics out of here, but I'm going to send them back the way they came. They got to swim back. We're not going to waste the gas. And it's like, whoa, crazy guy. Hold the fuck up. Your last name is Cruz. Have a little bit of empathy, you fuck. Well, I'll tell you what, these unwanted pregnancies and these ladies want to have their abortions. Well, I'll tell you what, we nip that in the bud right now. We don't have to have abortions. Let's just sew up their vaginas so they don't get pregnant in the first place. Holy fuck. You meant that, didn't you? That came out of your fucking weird candle melting head. You see fucking Ted Cruz?
Yeah, he's got a weird head.
Yeah, he does. He looks like a kid took a hammer to a Mr. Potato Head.
He looks like he doesn't have teeth. The way his mouth is sunk up into his under
that
his
old
nose.
people face. And then the other day,
face.
he was at a debate and he was talking and some white glob spit out of his mouth.
Yeah.
And then it landed on his lip and then it went to his other lip and then he sucked it back into his mouth. And it's so funny. I don't think that was like spit. I think that was just the last remaining speck of his soul trying to escape his body so he could believe the horseshit that he says about minorities and women. What the fuck? He actually said he was going to send troops to go throw like immigrants out of the country. And when Trump said that, everybody's like, this guy's an idiot. Cruz says it, but he believes it. That's the thing.
He's got a one-up Trump. He's got a Trump.
Right. But he's got that 50-yard stare where you're like, that's the guy to do it.
Yeah, he might.
Like he would just be straight up fucking Hans Landa and just Christoph Waltz into somebody's house and shoot up the floorboards.
I don't even know what that reference is.
That's from Inglourious Bastards.
Oh.
Well, that's right. You haven't watched that one.
No.
Dude, that's like because Christoph Waltz is Hans Landa.
Okay.
He's the Jew hunter. So literally, these guys are all like, I'm going to go and I'm going to find immigrants. I'm going to throw them out of the country. All you're doing is just doing the fucking first 10 minutes of a Tarantino movie. That's it. And you're going to go shoot up the floorboards and kill all these families? What the fuck? You guys can get me at Mike at MikeSchmidtComedy.com.
And on that note,
I mean, seriously. Why not? Where are we at here?
I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever. I can't pitch anymore.
Dude, I can't do math.
You guys can get me at Mike at MikeSchmidtComedy.com. You guys can find me at Facebook.com/the40year-old-boy. You can find me at Twitter.com/the40year-old-boy. Our friend David Hernandez, who's across the basement from me, is available at several different places. Go to Facebook.com/DavidMexHernandez. Be his friend. Be his pal. And you know, go investigate the cool artwork and stuff that he puts up on his page. But if you want to see all of his artwork, go to artbydmh.com. That's ARTBYDMH.com. And Dave will, well, first of all, he's got Gycons and Valscapes available for you to purchase, but also he's, you know, if you want to commission him to do some artwork, maybe you got a picture of your girlfriend lying on your back, then you go, hey, you want to paint this up? And he's just the guy to do it. From
As
what I
long as
understand.
you're not in it.
I'm in every photo like that.
Oh, then I'm out.
It'll be like a guy with his girlfriend laying on his back and just me like poking my head in with a thumbs up. Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
I go the other route.
You just send me a photograph, and I'll photobomb a little Schmitty in there, and then you can keep it.
I go the other way. I say anybody who sends a photo of themselves like in bed with their girlfriend laying on top of
Put
them.
your face on the dude's face.
Yeah. No, not on his face. Just me, just like there with a thumb up. Like, yeah.
That's kind of what I like. Yeah, like.
Just work, but not little Schmitty, me.
Oh, actually, you.
Yeah, put me in there.
As the third person in, top slice.
Well, I don't have to be on the bunk bed.
That's what I'm saying. You want to be in there, or just on lurking?
I'm sitting off to the side.
All right.
Certainly.
In a smoking jacket.
So go to artbydmh.com and he will do that. He will paint whatever you need with whatever liquid you provide. If you want.
Nobody has to provide their own fluid.
Why
heavy.
not?
I'm fluid heavy down here.
So anybody who wants to do that, call him up, write him up, artbydmh.com. Find him there. Remember that Ryan Dirks does all the website work for our stuff. Go to facebook.com/Ryan Dirks. He's our friend. He works on a farm. And, of course, Lily Von Stoop is our great friend of the show because I was out of town. She was not on this week, but you can go and find her at all sorts of different places. You can find her at facebook.com/Lily Von Stoop. You can't be her friend there, but you can go and look at her page and the majesty of all the things she's created. You can also go to, go to twitter.com, several different Twitter accounts, twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest, twitter.com/Lily Von Stoop, twitter.com/Monday Night Teas or MNTs, or no, is it Monday Night Teas? Yeah, twitter.com/Monday Night Teas and twitter.com/Boobdini. But if you'd like to write her a personal note and find out how lonely it is sitting at my desk waiting for me to talk when I'm not there, you can go ahead and write her at Lily at burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com. You're listening to The 40-Year-Old Boy, and later, the Jerk-Off Journals. You'll want to think twice before shaking these guys' hands.
Luckily, I had the sleeping bag zipped up, so.
Oh, that's a good break.
Yeah, nobody saw.
Yeah, that's smart.
Hey, have you ever, tried to jerk off, but you couldn't?
Oh, please. Are you kidding me? I'd be jerking off now if you'd turn around.
Dude, that's sick.
What are you talking about? This is what it's about, man. It's free and easy. You know what? If we're going to deal with that, I can't believe you zipped up the sleeping bag. How do you not let everybody see that?
You think you could jerk off if there was another guy in the room?
You know what? Yeah, but I would do it left-handed so I wouldn't be recognized.
She bop, they bop, you listen. The Jerk-Off Journals on the Mike Schmidt Podcasting Network.
You better be looking for your keys.
Want to remind you folks about the Monday Night Teas every Monday night at the 3 Clubs on Vine in Santa Monica. I don't know. We just, I don't know what we just played there, but it was something good, I think.
I hope.
I don't know.
We were planning on it.
Well, there were certainly plans, but you had a head cold, and I don't know if that was going to change things, but we'll see. So that might have been something cool that you just heard. Let's put it this way.
Or something nasally.
It was definitely something cool you just heard, but it might have been something new you just heard.
Possibly.
It could have been a cool thing from the past, or it could be a new thing. Who knows? But you just heard it and you loved it. Go to facebook.com/Monday Night Teas, and you can go ahead and be a person who knows about upcoming shows. I don't know who's going to be there. I don't know who's been. Well, I know who's been there, certainly, but I don't know who's there this week. But like I said, if you go to facebook.com/Monday Night Teas, you will learn all about who's there at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica every Monday night at 10 o'clock. You can go to the Twitter account, which I mentioned earlier, twitter.com/MNTees. I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's not Monday Night Teas, it's MNTees. And you can go to brownpapertickets.com and get tickets and buy those. And remember that Lily's got all sorts of shows, Dr. Sketchy and stuff like that. So if you go to her page and follow along with her, she'll always promote it and you'll always buy tickets and we'll all be friends and very happy. I have plugs, man. You know, there's always, as I say, there are sponsors to this show.
There are?
Sort of. If you go to mileiq.com/invite/HFVHB.
I go there all the time.
MileIQ.com/invite/HFVHB. You can use that. It's an amazing app that allows you to keep track of your mileage for business. I think it's a good thing. I do it. I love it. And if you do that, I get, like I said, I thought it was cash, but it turns out I get like fucking, I don't know, $25 for the Pinkberry or some bullshit. I have no idea, but I get something. So it's nice of you guys to go ahead and do that. If you want to be an Uber driver, and oh my God, who doesn't? Go to the Uber driver, go to their website, whatever. Use my code. I think it's partners/uber.com, or I couldn't tell you. I should probably write that down. But my code is, and this is all lowercase, DJZW1YTTUE. DJZW1YTTUE. Use my code, become a driver. I get money, so do you. That's pretty awesome. And the same thing with Lyft. If you want to go to become a Lyft driver, Lyft partner, whatever they're calling it, my code is Mike720057, because as I've said, Lyft understands branding and marketing. So it's Mike720057. Please go and use those codes and get all those things, and we'll get money, and so will you, and everybody will be happy. Thank you to Steve and John, who stepped up and became Lyft drivers. And hopefully you complete the amount of rides, because Lyft makes it actually hard. Like Uber's like, hey man, if you finish, it used to be 20 rides and you got this money. Now it's 40 rides. But Lyft, I think, is 50 rides in a month. And it's just like, I don't know how busy it is in your fucking town, but I don't know if anybody can pull that off. But do that and I get money, and so do you. Thank you. Thank you. Please go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com and check out the Joe business page.
It's very Scully.
It's so cool. There's I don't want to say a Viking theme. I don't know what you'd call it, really.
I'd call it just, Schmitty the Wicked
All right.
and his kingdom of skulls.
Yeah, there's skulls, and there's a monster bee, like a crazy monstrous bee.
Oh, yeah. We got to name that thing.
We do.
Maybe we should let the listeners name it.
Okay. There's a bee on the Joe business page, and he's on my arm. If you want to name it, go ahead and put it on the Joker's page, or write me privately if you want your guest seen by everybody.
I think I'll put a picture of it up on the Joker's page and let people name
Roy.
it. Something that, because we want to brand it, because it's kind of a cool looking logo. It's basically saying live bees. Is when Mike's performing somewhere, you're going to see that bee on the promo work. So we might as well, like Eddie from
Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden's got Eddie. We need a name for our bee.
Yeah, so we need to name the bee. So throw it on the Joker's page. You guys can contribute and guess, and you can write me or write Dave and all that.
But we'll probably make up our own anyway. So.
Oh yeah, whatever you guys. Yeah, we may think of our own, which is cooler than anything you guys thought of, but who knows?
Sometimes that happens.
We like hearing your feedback.
Yeah.
So go ahead and write about all that stuff. But on the Joe business page, we got all sorts of stuff. We've got Dirt shirts still available, and
Dun, 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 dun.
we have sold 2 mystery shirts,
I like
ladies and
it.
gentlemen. Now we have sold 2 mystery shirts. I think I don't know how many we have left. We only have like 9.
That itself is a mystery.
Indeed, I don't know. I want to guess, but I know for sure we've sold 2 mystery shirts. So if you want to buy a mystery shirt or a Dirt shirt, we have the links there on the website. We've got downloads, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, year 7, or buy the 7 Deadly Schmitz box set.
It's in the box.
What's in the box? Then, of course, there's my CD available in the downloads, the Live Bees page. There's all of the Podfests. Schmitty Comes Alive, Schmidt Alive 2, and Stop Making Schmidt is available now. That was my appearance at the 2015 Los Angeles Podcast Festival. That's the audio-video combo pack. Pick it up. Anybody who has, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You may find yourself
living in a Schmidt gun shack. And there's, what else? Oh, yeah, and then there's the CD, of course. If you buy that, I'll sign it for you, and everybody will be thrilled. You'll get that along
The
with
Big
whatever.
Angry.
Indeed, available for you now at the website. All the download sets, there's the shirts, there's, and then there's, you can donate, just if you want to just send us dough for nothing, and why wouldn't you? You can donate, you can become a monthly donor at $2, $5, $10, or $25 a month, or you can send a one-time price, a one-time amount, like our friend Kevin did. Thanks, Kevin.
Nice.
Which was nice of Kevin. And then he wrote back, and he's just like, I love the show. I just wanted to give you some money.
Yay.
And then there's,
Yes.
what else is on the page? There's,
Our
the
quest-
Amazon.
Well, we forgot our, the Amazon thing, yeah.
Yeah, the Amazon link is important. So go ahead and use the
Yeah.
Amazon link, and we get money from that. That's really cool. If you use that, buy your stuff. You get stuff, we get stuff. Everybody profits. Everybody wins. What were you going to say?
Saying the most important thing is we're trying to win a Grammy this year.
Well, listen, we have several different new downloads for you folks. We have the Word Word Pimp Schmitty and the Misanthropic Gangster.
Yeah.
That's an album of original music from this podcast. So music from the 40-Year-Old Boy podcast. Word Pimp Schmitty and the Misanthropic Gangster available now for a $7 donation, as well as Heroes, an album done by my friend David Hernandez. And we may have just heard a song from it. We may not have. I don't know what just happened.
What happened.
But the Heroes album is available now, and again with the download or the donation to the show, and
It's free with a donation to the show.
it is, and as Dave just said, we are hoping to go cardboard. So
Yeah.
we fingers crossed. So if you guys buy one, or I'm sorry, if you donate and get one free,
The album's almost gone cardboard.
we're very close. So
Yeah, we're
please,
pretty close.
push us over the top. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, because we you got to at least be like a gold or a platinum to get a Grammy, right?
I think so.
Yeah, we're only at cardboard right now. I don't even think we're at cardboard yet.
Getting there. So again,
I
if you
hope.
guys want to jump on and grab one, that'll push us over the top, as I mentioned. So that's the Joe Business page. Check out all that cool stuff. And let's talk about live stuff I have coming up. It turns out March 21st, the next edition of 2020 is at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. Tickets are on sale now at Brown Paper Tickets. Tickets are also on sale through Gold Star. There will be a link put up. I'll throw it on the Joker's page. Why not? And also on my personal page. But that's Mike Siegel. Very funny Mike Siegel. Very funny Sharon Houston. And me doing stand-up or stories or whatever the fuck we decide to do at 2020. 3 comics doing 20 minutes each. 1 hour of solid humor and frivolity. And that's March 21st at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica at 7 o'clock. Show will probably start around 7:15 though. But still, we're telling you 7 so you get in the room.
Will you be bleeding at that show?
No.
All right then.
No more bleeding. That's not happening any longer. And
What, you get a windscreen or something?
no, I've got a conscience, so that's not going to happen. And then March 25th, that same week, March 25th, I will be at the Improv in Los Angeles at the Improv Lab. That show's at 6 o'clock at night. It is a live 40-Year-Old Boy taping, essentially. So it's me doing an hour, and it should be just an hour because I think we only have the room for an hour, but still, come on out and check it out. I'm doing 20 minutes at March 21st's show at the 3 Clubs, but I'm doing an hour March 25th, and that's free, by the way, if you want to come out to see me at the Improv Lab. But there are tickets we're selling for the Monday show because there are other comics involved, but just for me on that Friday, free. Set them free. Oh, whoa. So it'll be me and Sting and Wynton Marsalis. That'll be a big time show. So come out and check that out. March 25th at the Improv, a live 40-Year-Old Boy, 1 hour edition. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but as we get closer, I'll talk and we'll see what happens. Who knows? And now I got a donut to eat. I got to go upstairs because I bought and I'm trying to get Mex to go to Portillo's, but he's not going to go with me. I don't know what he's thinking. But he's like, I can probably find something to eat at Portillo's. You can find everything to eat at
I
Portillo's.
want to live.
See, I don't understand that, dude. I mean, you're already predisposed to living forever because you're like, well, they say black don't crack. Well, like Mexicans live forever. Is that kind of the same thing?
Our skin lives forever.
Well, see, yeah, because you
We
look
got a tough
preternaturally.
skin.
You actually look like you lost weight from the last time I saw you. You know,
I
you
have.
look preternaturally young, and you're that kind of guy. So I mean, so that's what I'm saying.
I'm on the right track, man.
Right.
I got to get my health squared away.
So go with me to eat a giant beef sandwich. That's going to help you. It gives you protein.
No, because the last time we went to Portillo's was after your surgery. I didn't know anything about nutrition as much as I should have, and I figured you did because you went through all those classes after your surgery. And I said, dude, you shouldn't really eat French fries. And you said, no, you got to stay away from French fries. They're walking death sticks.
I said French fries are death.
They're death.
Yes.
And then we pull up to the Portillo's drive-thru, and Mike goes, I need a large fry.
I did not get a large fry.
I told
fry.
I wouldn't let you get them because you just told me they were death,
Well,
and then
yes,
you ordered them.
But I can eat a couple of them for fuck's sake. That's the whole point. You know, you don't go ahead and put yourself on this thing where you go, I can't. That's the thing. That's the secret to losing weight. You have to say, seriously.
You're gonna tell me? Okay.
I've lost thousands of pounds. All right. I can also tell you the secret of putting weight back on. That's fine.
I'm not interested in that end of it.
But my point is, you can have things in moderation. All things in moderation. Just don't eat a fucking large fry every time you go to the window. Don't eat 4 candy bars every goddamn day. And you'll be
Okay.
fine. Do your cardio, go lift and do that stuff, and you should be fine and healthy, and it shouldn't be a problem. Yes, French fries are death if you eat them in giant amounts. But if I order a small fry and eat 4 French fries, I'm not going to fucking die. So that's why today...
But you're also having the beef and a combo and a...
Yeah, but I eat 4 bites of each fucking thing. It's not like I'm eating everything, you know. And sometimes my fat head still orders like a fat guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
kinda,
I'll get like you know what I'll get? I'll get a fucking side of lamb, sweet pea, and I'll go, hey, let's do
Sometimes.
that. When I watch my barbecue show, I'm watching that dude last night, and he's making fucking piri wings and awesome stuff, and I'm like, dude, I want to have barbecue with this guy with the fucking hair. It's so funny. Jill will be totally asleep. And then she'll wake up and she'll just go, that guy needs a haircut. And then she'll just like go back out. And I'm like, yeah, he kind of does. And by that time, she's already asleep. But she'll wake up. She's the weirdest dude. She fucking wakes up out of a dead sleep and she's completely awake. Do you know anybody like that? Because I'll be groggy. Like I'll wake up and I'm just kind of like, ugh,
There's no
all right.
transition.
None, man. She's either asleep or awake. Like she doesn't bridge it. She never yawns and goes like, ugh.
She'd make a good fireman.
Really? She's ready to go, man, at the drop of a fucking hat. She's like a detective. Like whenever you hear those detectives that come home and they get like 40 minutes of sleep and then they get a call, they're like, hey, we got a guy whose head is nailed to the floor. I'm on my way. It's like, what? How are you on your way? Don't you need coffee and a shower to go ahead and deal with the horrors of reality? But no, every time I listen to a Dragnet, Jack Webb is like, he lives with his mom and he gets home and he's like, oh man, I'm so tired. She's like, oh, I'll make you a sandwich from the fridge. Ring. We got a lead on that bank robber. And another thing, some guy got stabbed in the eye. I'll be right there. What do you mean you'll be right there? Dude, fucking take a break and have a goddamn cup of soup. Have some ramen. Do me a favor, as a cop, if anybody calls you and they go, we found the most grisly horror scene you could possibly imagine, stop and have a bowl of noodles before you head over there. I mean, because you got to have something creative to vomit up, but at the same time... Mex always says people skip the closing music. I say people love your closing music, so let's prove it to them. If you've listened this far, write me at heymexilistened@gmail.com and we'll send you a 40-year-old boy hearing commemorative Facebook profile picture that you better fucking put up, you dick. Sorry about the dick thing. Thing. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
I don't want you to miss any of that brilliance.